What's going on, brothers? Can you brothers hear me? How's my audio? How is my audio? Please press a one in the chat if you brothers can hear me loud and clear. How is my audio? Who's in the building tonight, man? Press a one. Who's here, brothers? Who's here? Awesome, awesome. Wow. Shout out to all the brothers pressing one. Andrew Ski, John Thomas, Atomic, Q, Buck Travels, Places. Awesome. Let's get straight into it, brothers, man. Let's waste no time and let's get straight into it. It's a Saturday night special, a Sunday morning special for you brothers worldwide. I want to say first and foremost a huge thank you to all those that have supported the channel over the past couple of years. Your support has been greatly appreciated. Welcome aboard the new people. I accept and I embrace you with open arms. I want to say, brothers, when you come in this live stream, please press the like button. Likes are extremely important, and please support me and this movement by hitting the live stream, the super chats, donations, the PayPal donations, and join that Patreon too if you want to hear how explicit, naughty, and raw and unfiltered Japanese women get down in the bedroom with brothers. We got over 5 videos for you brothers on the Patreon on how freaky Japanese women are. But let's get it cracking, man. And cop the merch too and book your IT consultation to get into IT. Let me mentor you and guide you to be a passport bro like me, where I can travel and be in Japan and deal with Japanese women. Whew, brothers, where do I even begin? You know, uh, I came back from Japan back in May, right? I spent a couple weeks in Japan. I went all around the country getting intel for you brothers, dealing with Japanese women, you know, experiencing the culture, experiencing, life out there in Japan. So you're getting first class intel from the man himself, international passport. No filler, no BS, just real intel for you passport bros. Let's get it cracking. So, why did I choose to go to Japan in the first place? Now, if you've been watching my channel for the past couple of years, if you're new, welcome. I have a thing for Asian women, and I don't hide my attraction towards them, right? I think over the past recent years, as I've, become more international, and I'll be real with you, brothers, I've only many years ago I only dealt with black women. I only wanted to deal with black women. I didn't care about any other race of woman. But as you grow older, as you get that international experience, as you travel the world, you meet different women of different nationalities and different races. And then over time, you start to become more attracted to women of different nationalities, cultures, and races. So Japanese women, they are high up in my list. And I've always wanted to visit Japan. I'm like, I need to get to Japan one way or another. And I made my first ever trip, Lord willing, this year in Japan. Spent a couple weeks there. So I'm gonna cut straight into it, brothers. I'm gonna give you intel on Japanese women. I'm gonna give you intel on life and culture there, working IT in Japan, being a passport bro in Japan. You gonna get the whole 9 yard on this live stream. All right. And if you want to hear the explicit stuff, the naughty stuff, that's only on the Patreon. So go and join the Patreon right now. Let's get it cracking. The first question that I'm gonna ask myself is a question that can bring about world peace. It's a question that can stop world wars. It's a question that can stop an alien invasion from invading Earth and destroying humanity. It is the most important question of all time. The question I'm going to ask myself is, are the women in Japan checking heavy for brothers and passport bros? 180% Yes. 250% yes. They are checking beyond heavy for brothers, right? They are checking so hard for brothers, it shocked me. I know Theo mentioned that IP, you're gonna have a great time there. Tony Berry, all the brothers I interviewed on my channel, yeah, IP, they love brothers. But when you actually experience the love in person and you can confirm their intel, it was shocking. These Japanese women have a love for brothers that even I'm shocked as to how they like us so much. Something is in the water there that is drawing Japanese women towards brothers. I could not believe it. Okay. Coming from the West where Asian women don't pay me no mind, they don't pay other brothers no mind. And I'll be real with you, I think Asian women in the West simply dislike brothers for some odd reason. I think the white supremacy propaganda has gotten to their head in the West, to be honest with you, brothers. So I'm having trouble dealing with Asian women in the UK, and all those troubles went away when I was in Japan. They're checking heavy for brothers, big time, these Asian Japanese women. If you're into Asian women, if you're specifically into East Asian women, you need to make your way to Japan as soon as possible. The love they got for brothers out there in Japan is amazing. It felt like a dream. It felt like a dream when, on my first day in Japan, I'm carrying my big luggages and I enter the train. And the Japanese trains are amazing. The subways, right? They're amazing. I'm sitting down, I'm on my phone, and in the corner of my eye, I see a Japanese chick staring at me and smiling at me. I look to my left, and me and her, we lock eyes, and she's just smiling at me. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like, yo, already on my first day, they're choosing, they're checking. Already on my first day, I got a 8.5 out of 10 Japanese chick in a business suit. She looked around 23, 22, smiling at me, teeth all out. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here, bro? Yo. And I knew that my trip was going to be the trip of all ages. You can expect that in Japan. You can expect chicks just looking at you randomly and smiling at you. Another instance, and this was on my fourth day in Japan. I'm taking notes here. I got notes here. I'm on my phone, and two Japanese chicks are just staring at me, looking at me, smiling at me. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? Bro, they check in, man. And they check in for any type of brother, whether you're short, whether you're tall, whether you're medium height. If you're a slim brother, if you dress well, if you have a nice haircut, if you come across as a cool, calm, collective brother, you will have no problems in Japan. That is the type of brother they love. I noticed that they don't check for brothers who are overweight. Okay, if you're a slim brother, a bit of tiny bit of muscle, whether you're skinny, whether you're in a regular fit type dude when you wear your clothes, they will check for you. Because you have to understand that Japanese women are very slim themselves. They check their calories, they check their diet. They take that very seriously amongst Japanese women over there. So that gets you in the door when you look the part. Okay. One other point that's also important is that if you can speak a little bit of Japanese, konnichiwa, doko shishin, namae wa, shigoto wa nan desu ka? Dokosindemaska. Hajime mashite. If you can speak some Japanese, those Japanese chicks will go crazy over you. Where are you from? Why is your Japanese so good? Just one sentence, you're in, brothers. They checking heavy. Okay. So that's that question done here. Okay. The other part that's important for you is what kind of Japanese woman will you encounter out there in Japan in terms of looks and in terms of personality. Let me break down looks first. Okay. Hand on my heart. Hand on my heart. Japanese women are some of the most beautiful women I have ever come across in my life. I have not seen a woman that's as elegant, that's as efficient, that is as um, structured as a Japanese woman. These women are really the parts. Okay. These are high value women. You notice how Kevin Samuel speaks about how brothers need to be high value men? Let me tell you this, right, brothers. Once you become a high value man, you need to get a high value woman. And in Japan, there's an abundance of high value women. The hair is on point, the makeup is on point. You ain't gonna see no clownish makeup on a Japanese woman's face. They're not gonna be caked up. You won't see no window cleaner eyelashes. You won't see no long claws like the Wolverine from X-Men, like these Western women wear in the West, and you're wondering how they wipe their butt. You're not gonna see that, brothers. You ain't gonna see no no Nike tracksuits, no Adidas tracksuits. Nah, bro. You ain't gonna see that. You're gonna see women with long summer dresses. You're gonna see women with amazing business class suits. You're gonna see women with the perfect amount of makeup on their face. Not too little, not too small, just the right balance. They make they make makeup look so good, Japanese women. Okay? Facially, when it comes to just the facial features, in my opinion, they're top 5 for me across all travels, and that's including my time in Panama. They are top 5. Japanese women are some of the most beautiful looking women I have ever come across. Elegant, efficient, and they know how to walk in heels. Oh my goodness. You come to the West where women are, 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 are rocking side to side in their long 5-inch heels. A Japanese chick, she would take those 5-inch heels and walk like a supermodel. Hey, brothers, it's a different world out there, brothers. It's a different world. So you got Japanese chicks where the dressing is on point, the face is on point. So what about the bodies? Okay. Now I'll be real with you, brothers, right? I'll be very real with you. If you're looking for a big booty Keisha, once again, if you are looking for a big booty Keisha with an oversized butt like Kim Kardashian, okay, with double D's chest, don't come to Japan. Don't come in Japan, stay in America, or take your ASS down to Colombia. You ain't gonna find that there, brothers. These women have petite, proportionate bodies. Not too skinny, not too fat. Just slim bodies that just makes them look so good. You won't come across heavy set chicks in Japan, very, very rare. You won't come across a Lizzo type chicks in Japan. You won't come across, the Precious type chick in Japan from the movie Precious. You're gonna come across slim chicks out there. So don't come to Japan thinking you're going to find a Beyonce type curvy chick or a Megan Thee Stallion type curvy chicks. Very, very rare. But I'm going to give you brothers first class special intel. The gym culture in Japan is growing there, brothers. It's growing there. And let me tell you this right now, brothers, man. There are chicks that have gym, slim, thick bodies in Japan right now. It's a small minority, but it's growing. So you can imagine that I went crazy when I came across a few chicks that had the slim, thick gym body. So you take that body and you put that in a Japanese face, it's like coming across unicorns. I'm like, she got back like that? Baby got back like that? No cap, brothers. I walked past one chick, right? And she was with her mum and her sister. Her hips were wide. Her back was lovely shaped. I'm like, yo, when did Japanese women start getting bodies like this? Once again, gym culture is growing there in Japan. And I actually went to the gym in Japan, and I'm going to drop the gym video on my other channel, International Passport Clips. Go and subscribe to that channel, right? And you're going to see Japanese chicks with the body of a black woman, but slimmer. So you can imagine, I'm thinking, am I in an anime right now? Am I in an anime right now? What's going on? These Japanese chicks are evolving. You're getting first class intel here, brothers. And you best believe that those slim, thick Japanese chicks, they're checking heavy for brothers. They were giving me looks. They were giving me looks. And I was going to approach that chick that I saw with her mum, but I thought, let me keep it respectful here. Another time, IP. There's always going to be another chicks in the future. So that is first class intel here. Slim, thick Japanese women are growing right now in 2023, and they are one of the best looking Japanese chicks right now. Okay. So, what about their personalities? What is the average personality of a Japanese chick? So, let me tell you, brothers, my personality criteria. I go by these several things. Is she feminine? Is she submissive? Is she coachable? Okay. Is she girly? Right? And is she inspirational? I can happily confirm that Japanese women, they fit all that criteria. The personality of a Japanese woman is some of the most affectionate and incredible personalities I've ever seen in a foreign woman in my travels so far. The average Japanese chick is feminine. And what do I mean by that? She's very girly. She paints her nails. She actually sounds like a woman, unlike the chicks in Baltimore and New York that sound like men. In Japan, the women sound like women. Konnichiwa, hello, konnichiwa, konnichiwa, hello. And I love that femininity in their voices. Okay? They are super girly. Not a single ounce of masculine traits is within the blood of a Japanese woman. So I love that femininity in them. And that's an awesome characteristic of Japanese women. Second of all, they are submissive to the man. They want guidance. They brothers, let me break this down for you, right? Okay. You can tell how submissive a Japanese chick is when she's very close to you and she looks at you eye to eye. Okay. And she holds her hand and she keeps quiet. She keeps quiet because she's waiting for you to speak and to lead her as a man. So in my dates in Japan, you best believe that these chicks wanted me to take them out, wanted me to tell them what place to go to, wanted me to direct them to the places, wanted me to hold their hand and show them where to go to. Yes, they are extremely submissive. Actually, let me reverse that right now. They are aggressively submissive. They are aggressively feminine and they are aggressively submissive. And that's what I want in a woman. They are also extremely coachable. These women are coachable. They will follow your plan. It ain't about them following the media. It ain't about them following their friends. They're looking at you to coach them, guide them, lead them, and be a man. And shout out to Theo for confirming that if you lack any sort of masculinity in Japan, you're going to fail. These women need masculine men and they want masculine men. You have no choice but to leave. You have no choice but to lead. If you cannot lead, I suggest you stay in the West and you work on your leadership skills. So, guess what? You will be paying for dates. You will be paying for dates. Ain't no 50-50 in Japan. Ain't no 50-50 in Japan. Good luck with that, brothers. I mean, you can do it, but she won't see you again. Within that first date, that you have with Japanese woman, you got to pay for her food. You got to pay for her drinks and her food. Second date, you can go 50-50. Third date, 50-50. And she may even pay for you on the second or third date. But that first date, that's when she gonna test you. She gonna be thinking, will this man pay for my food? Will this man actually be a man? So I'm giving you first-hand intel for you to be successful right here in Japan, brothers. Paying for the date is part of her being on your plan and her being coachable. These women are incredibly coachable. They will follow your plan and they will follow your lead. Going on to my next point, they are inspirational. And what do I mean by that? These women will inspire you to go and do better things. And let me tell you why. Because she's so feminine, submissive, coachable, her feminine traits, right, will drive you to go and conquer the world as a man. I'm telling you, Japanese women install a feeling of inspirational qualities. They are so feminine that it inspires you to go and provide, protect, lead, and love her. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. He's always spoken about women need to be coachable. He's always spoke about women need to be inspirational. Women need to inspire the man to do more and to push for more and to achieve more. You have a Japanese girlfriend, you are going to the top because you're going to want to provide and protect for her. And that's going to make you work harder in your career, learn Japanese, get those certs, and become an IT passport bro. That is what a feminine woman does for you in your life. And I can admit right now, in 2023, I don't think there's any woman that is more feminine than a Japanese woman. I was in Panama this year, and the women, yeah, they're pretty feminine, but not to the extent of Japanese women. Japanese women are so feminine that they inspire you to be a better man. How many women in this world can have that claim, can have that title where they're so feminine, they inspire their men to do better? That's why these Japanese men are working themselves to death in Japan. I'll keep it real with you, brothers. I'll keep it real with you. You're gonna get what you need in a Japanese woman as long as you're a man. Okay? So those are the traits of Japanese women that I've broken down for you so far in my experience. Okay. And if you have any questions while I'm speaking, throw your questions in the super chat. Let me read the super chats, and I'm going to go on to my next points that's very important for you, brothers. Okay. So let me read through these super chats real quick. Give me a second, brothers. So shout out to, where's the super chat tab? Hold on, brothers. Hold on, yeah? Give me 1 second. Shout out to Mr. Black Dragon, 10K for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. It's a strong tie between Colombia, Brazil, and Japan. Hashtag for the movement. Thank you, bro, for the support. Much appreciated, brother. Shout out to Black Wolf for the $5 super chat. The passport revolution has begun. There is no turning back. Yes, indeed, there is no turning back. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Mr. Eric Mogadishu for the $7.99 super chat. Eric, I'm waiting for your DM, bro. DM me on Twitter, please. DM me on Instagram, please. Gonna catch the replay. Heading to Japan in November. Excited to hear your thoughts. This is going to be a top 5 stream on this channel for sure. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Already a classic. Shout out to Mr. AD for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, bro, for the support. Shout out to Stupid Rams for the $9.99 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Hello. Any Russian women in Japan? If so, are they checking? And best spots to go? That's a great question, bro. So, I did not meet any Russian women in Japan. I only dealt with Japanese women. I'm in Japan. I'm only going to deal with Japanese women. But I know for a fact that the Russian women are in Tokyo, but I didn't meet any. But they are checking for brothers. I've done a live stream in the past where the brother confirmed that Russian women in Tokyo, Japan are checking for brothers. I personally didn't deal with Russian women there. I only dealt with Japanese women. Okay. Thank you, bro. So let's go on from there, brothers. Let's go on from there. So, whew, places in Japan where you want to go to, okay, to meet Japanese women. Now, I'm not going to tell you all the places because if I tell you all these spots, I'm afraid that Pookie and Ray Ray might ruin it. So, in terms of finding a wife in Japan, you can definitely find a wife there, but you want to go to certain spots where you know she's definitely wifeable, and that's going to be for brothers on the Patreon and brothers who want to book an IT consultation with me who are serious about finding a wife in Japan. I know where to go to find a wife, who you should be looking for, who you should be checking for, and who they and they will be checking for brothers. So book that travel consultation with me on my calendar, or join the Patreon lightning tier, platinum tier, or the bronze IT tier. So places in Japan that brothers should go to meet Japanese women. Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo, Japan is one of them. Okay. And Tokyo, Japan is very unique. It is very unique in that you have the city girls, and I'm not meaning that in the American sense where it's a bunch of women throwing their box around. I'm referring to women who were born and raised in Tokyo. And you also have women from the countryside coming into Tokyo to work. So in Tokyo, Japan, you're going to meet all sorts of women. You're going to meet international women. You're going to meet Japanese women. You're going to meet countryside Japanese women, etc., etc., etc. So in Tokyo, Japan, you have to understand that Tokyo, Japan is the biggest city in the entire world in terms of density and population. A lot of people are in Tokyo. Okay. Tokyo, Japan has very interesting women. All right. You want to meet a rich woman? You go to Roppongi and Ginza. Ginza and Roppongi have bougie woman. Let me tell you that. They're still feminine, they're still submissive, but they bougie. Do you have money? Can you provide for her? Can you buy her Gucci? Can you buy her Armani? Yeah, those type of Japanese chicks. But these Ginza and Roppongi chicks, my goodness, they are beautiful. And they know they're beautiful. And they know that many guys are after them. So you are gonna have to get into IT and work in IT and show her that you ain't no bum. If you want any chance of being with her. These rich Japanese girls in Ginza and Roppongi, ooh, they're legit. They're legit. And I tried to pull some of them and I found it very hard. And I think it's because I didn't know Japanese. So if you want the rich Japanese girls, you go to Ginza, Roppongi, and you learn some Japanese and you work in IT, there will be success for you. Okay. So Ginza and Roppongi, they're in the Tokyo region. Now, let's break down Tokyo a bit more. If you want the average chick, okay, if you want the chick that grew up in a two-parent household, nuclear family, is humble, is easygoing, anywhere in Tokyo apart from the rich areas. So let me tell you the normal spots. Shibuya. Um, what's that place called? Shibuya is one of them. Ueno is one of them. What's the other spots? Harajuku is one of them. Okay. You're gonna meet many interesting women in Tokyo, Japan. Oh Lord. And let me tell you this, brothers, man. Tokyo, Japan is the best city I've been to ever. It has everything there. Woman, culture, food, life. I mean, you will never get bored in Tokyo, Japan. It is the perfect date spots. So in Tokyo, you can find good women there. Okay, you really can. Shinjuku as well. Shinjuku also a good place to meet women. So those four spots is where you want to go to in Tokyo to meet decent Japanese chicks. You also have Osaka as well. That's also good as well for brothers. A lot more vibrant. The people there are a lot more outgoing, and they're checking heavy in Osaka for brothers. They really are. They're checking heavy for Osaka, in Osaka for brothers. Don't sleep on Osaka and don't sleep on Tokyo. Okay. I love both cities, but I think Tokyo is just a different world, a different planet. Tokyo makes the UK look like a third world country. Once again, Tokyo, Japan makes the UK, England, look like a third world country. It's that good. So going on from there, um, brothers, what are the best spots to meet Japanese women? Coffee shops, the parks, walking around, clothes shops. You're gonna have to cold approach these chicks. They will not cold approach you. They will not cold approach you unless you look lost. You need to have your cold approach game on point. If you can't speak to women, don't come to Japan, stay in America and work on your cold approach chicks. I don't care who you cold approach. You can cold approach Keisha, Becky, just cold approach women in America and get your speaking skills up. Because if you have trouble cold approaching, speaking to women, and being a man and letting your intentions known, you're going to fail in Japan with Japanese women. You're going to have to cold approach in Japan. All the women that I met in Japan, I cold approached. And of course, they were checking. They were checking when they saw a brother like me that was well dressed, okay, that looked them in the eye and told them, "You look nice today. How's your day going?" That's all you need to say, brothers. That's all you have to say when you cold approach a Japanese woman. "I like your hair color. Hey, I like your skirt. Where you from?" It's that easy. Brothers, you're getting first class intel right now as to how to cold approach women in Japan. Many times when I cold approach women in Japan, I gave them compliments. I told them, "I like your shoe. I like your blouse. I like your skirt. Oh, arigato, arigato, arigato. Doko shishin?" And that means where you from. "Ah, Tokyo. Tokyo no doko. Where you from in Tokyo?" Shinjuku. "Ah, soka. Kyo wa do deshita?" And that means how's your day going? Brothers, man. Oh man. Brothers, it's too easy out there. That's how you cold approach a Japanese chick. Cold approaching Japanese women is very effective and it's very easy. Okay, it is very unlikely you will fail if you know some Japanese, if you dress well, and if you have confidence. Okay, so that's how you're going to navigate the dating scene out there in Japan. So going on from there, brothers. Okay, let me break down the um the positive. Let me break down the positives of Japanese women and the negatives. Okay, the positives of being with a Japanese woman is that she's going to be feminine, she's going to be submissive, she's going to be loving, caring, and she will actually behave like a woman. There is no manly traits within her, not a single ounce of masculine traits in her fiber. She's 100% a woman and she's going to behave like a woman, unlike these monsters that they call themselves women in the West. Okay? Being with a Japanese woman brings a certain sense of calm, peace, and tranquility. You're going to actually enjoy being around them. You're going to actually enjoy um, their presence, their vibe, their smile, their touch. And let me tell you this, brothers, man, Japanese women have the softest skin I have ever touched. Oh my goodness. And I don't want to get explicit here, brothers, right? But when you're in Japan and you're close to a Japanese woman, you're vibing, put your hand on her hand and just stroke her skin. You're gonna feel how soft it is. Like you want to kiss it, you want to caress it. Like it's so soft. That's just how feminine they are. They take care of themselves so well, right? I went on a date with a Japanese chick, right? And we're vibing, we're speaking about our favorite characters in movies, in TV shows, where we're speaking about what we like doing in our free time. And obviously, it's going very well. She's looking at me, we get very close. I put my hand on her hand and I start caressing her skin. I'm like, "Baby, like, your skin is so soft." And she's like, "Yeah, I moisturize my skin every day. I take care of my skin very, very well." And during that exact date, I saw her take out her cream and she started moisturizing her hands again. Brothers, they take care of themselves so well. So going on from there, the other benefits of being with a Japanese woman is that she's gonna make you look good. She's gonna make you feel like a man. And we don't get that opportunity anymore in the West to feel and behave like a man. In Japan, when you have a Japanese woman, you're holding her hand, she's gonna put her whole body on your arm, get close to you. She's gonna make you feel like a man. She's going to make you feel like the president of the United States. She's going to make you feel like you're some sort of world leader. I've never felt a dynamic like that in my entire life. This feeling is a feeling that I thought I would only get with being with a black woman. I was told in my life IP, black queens this, black queen that, black princesses, black queen. That's a goddamn lie, brothers. That's a goddamn lie. I'm telling you right now in 2023, okay, Western black women do not hold a single candle to Japanese women. And and I'm saying this as a black man myself. And I don't care if Umar Johnson is watching this. I don't care if you send this over to Umar Johnson or Tariq Nasheed. Send it over to them. Send this clip over to Umar Johnson and Tariq Nasheed and tell him that black American women and black English women do not hold a single candle against Japanese women. Japanese women make American black women and English black women look like fools. Tell Umar Johnson that. I'm at a point where, after my time in Japan, I don't see myself being with a black woman in the West anymore. You can get the most beautiful looking black American woman, the most beautiful looking black British woman. I'm gonna pick a Japanese chick over her. I don't care what anyone says, brothers. When I put my hands on her skin, I have never felt such a soft skin like that in my entire life. I wanted to kiss her. I wanted to kiss her whole arm. I wanted to kiss her neck. Oh dear. I'm gonna keep it PG. Sorry, brother. I'm gonna keep it PG. I had some wild thoughts going in my head at that moment. Oh my goodness, the things I wanted to do, but we obviously when in public, I got to keep it very, very respectful. You know, they make you feel like a man. Another positive with Japanese women is that they have an aura, right? They have an aura and a vibe of tranquility, of calmness, of peacefulness. She will not wake you up. She will not, nag you for a Gucci bag, for a red bottom shoes or a Armani bag. She is going to be thankful for what you do to her and for what you've done with her. If you buy her a coffee, if you buy her dinner, to her, that's like someone buying her a Gucci bag. They are appreciative. They are respectful of the little things you would do for her. And that's what I love about Japanese women. Unlike the woman in the West where she wants a Gucci bag, she wants a Armani bag, and that's still ain't enough for her. It's a different mentality out there in Japan. What are the negatives of being with a Japanese woman? I am finding that very hard to even think about any single one negative. I think about my time in Japan, and I have nothing bad to say about Japanese women, brothers. I really don't. I mean, let me see. Um, there could be a language barrier, and that might be a problem. And if she feels that she can't communicate with you, she won't reply back to your messages. Okay, and that's fair in my opinion. You can't communicate. She's thinking, what's the point? Um, brothers, I can't think of anything bad so far. And that's just how incredible my experience in Japan was so far. So let me also speak on other bits and shout out to Mr. Um, Stupid Rams again for the $199 super chat. I would like to apologize for my statement. Sorry, it's all good, brother. Nothing wrong with your statement. It was perfect, brother. I appreciate you, stupid rams. Thank you, bro. And brothers, please feel free to hit the support and the PayPal and the super chats. That'd be greatly appreciated. So, what else can I say about Japanese women? Um, I think they're pleasant and I think they're amazing. So, if you have any questions or you want to know about Japanese women, send it to me in a super chat, or I'm going to open up the phone lines later on, and then we will have a Q&A session. So let me speak about being a passport bro in Japan. I work in IT, and I push IT towards brothers. Okay, working IT in Japan was amazing. Okay, I was able to have fast internet. I had access to cheap food. Okay, I had access to great entertainment in Japan and incredible life. I think, you know, Tokyo, Japan is a great city to be a passport bro in. Okay. It is a great city to have a lot of fun there and to meet different people and have a great time. Okay. And I also want to mention one thing as well that you want to be careful of in Japan, right? There's a lot of people that say that Japanese people are racist. There's racism everywhere. So, of course, there's going to be some racist Japanese people. But I found that Japanese people, they were very kind to me. In fact, one Japanese old man bought me some Japanese food randomly, you know? So they're very kind, a lot of them Japanese people. The problem you're going to have in Japan is other foreigners. Other foreigners in Japan are absolute douchebags. So when you're in Japan, keep away from foreigners that are not black. You should only be hanging out with Japanese people and black people. If they're not black and they're not Japanese, they're not your friend. So let me tell you one thing, brothers, right? So I was called the N word in Japan, actually. I was called the N word by a racist white Latina Spanish woman. And let me tell you what happened. So I'm in a tourist spot in Japan, right? I'm taking pictures and I happen to walk past um I happened to walk past this white Latino family. And I can tell that the vibe was off the way I was getting looked at by this white Latina woman. So I'm taking pictures. I'm like, F these people. And I know for a fact I could hear, right, in the distance that she called me a puta negro. Puta negro? And that means effing black. This white Latina woman called me a puta negro, effing black. I could not believe it. I was about to spaz out on her. You're gonna experience racism from other foreigners in Japan, not Japanese people, in my opinion. Yes, maybe some Japanese people, but more of a chance, more likelihood that's gonna come from other foreign people. So look out for the Latinos, look out for the white Americans, okay? Look out for anyone white and anyone not black and Japanese. These people are racist, okay? I'm warning you, brothers. I could not believe it. She was probably from Spain, from Argentina, from one of those racist Latin American countries. And she's in Japan being racist towards me. So imagine how racist she is towards black people in her country. Be very careful, brothers. Be very careful. Look at that. Indians in Japan were foul to me too. This is what I'm talking about, brothers. This is what I'm talking about. Foreigners in Japan are racist. I don't care what anyone says. Anyone. I don't care what anyone says. This is me giving you first-hand intel. Watch your back. Don't trust any foreigner in Japan. Only be with your brothers and only be with other Japanese people. Keep away from anyone that's not black and not Japanese. If you're thinking about living in Japan, you cannot trust them. They are not your friends, they are your enemies. And let me tell you this, brothers, right? Let me tell you this. A lot of these foreign dudes in Japan feel like they own Japanese women. And this is me calling out them right now. The white boys, the Indian boys, the all these foreign people that come to Japan, they feel like they own Japanese women. So they get mad when they see brothers with beautiful Japanese women. And let me tell you this right now, brothers. I have first-hand intel. Black men get the best looking Japanese women in Japan. Okay. And I didn't see much foreigners, but the foreigners I saw, the black men I saw, they were with good looking Japanese women. And that makes these foreign dudes mad and angry. That makes these foreign dudes mad and angry. They have a lot of hate towards us in Japan. I'm warning you, brothers. Be very careful. Watch your back. The club scene is also dangerous for brothers. Okay? There's a lot of foreigners in Shibuya and Roppongi, and they shisty and they scheming on brothers. I remember when I was speaking to this cute, this beautiful Japanese chick outside the club. We were talking, and then these two white boys just come next to us and just stare at me. I'm thinking, what the hell's going on here? So I asked her, right, are these two white boys your friend? And she was like, no, I don't know them. And I look at them, I'm like, what are you guys doing? And they tell me, uh, there's a creepy old lady that's following us. I'm like, okay, why are you near us? And they start laughing and they go inside the shop. That's how weird these people are, brothers. They tried to C block me. And this Japanese chick, right? And shout out to her. She's like, those guys were weird. Brothers, I'm telling you, man, you need to watch your back. You need to watch your back, brothers. They scheming out there on brothers, these foreign dudes. I guarantee you, if 100,000 brothers were to go to Japan tomorrow, we would have the best looking Japanese chicks. They would be all over us. And of course, these foreign boys, they'll be mad as F. Watch your back, brothers, man. So that's one bad part that, I want to tell brothers about. Be very careful with foreign dudes. Your main priority is to only be around Japanese people and only be around other black people. So let me break down the black community in Japan and shout out to the black community in Japan. The black community in Japan, they are amazing people, brothers. When you go to Japan, try and make friends with black people in Japan. They will help you out. They will show you around. They will show you a lot of love. Black American men, black African men, um, uh, basically, black men in Japan are super, super cool. They're super, super cool. And I'm going to break down the experience of the black American woman in Japan. And you're going to laugh, but let me just tell you how to navigate Japan as a brother. Okay. So when you get to Japan, try and make friends with the brothers there. The African dudes, obviously, be smart. Don't just trust anyone. Do your due diligence. If someone's scamming, someone's shisty, stay away. That could be anyone of any race. But you're going to see brothers out there working IT, working respectable jobs, married to Japanese women, etc., etc. You need to be friends with them. Okay? You need to be friends with them. That's very important, brothers. Become friends with them. They will show you love and help you around. Now, let me go on to what I saw with passport sis. So there are many passport sis out there in Japan, aka Black American woman, Black British woman. So, what is their dating experience like in Japan? Let me tell this right now, brothers, right? Passport sis in Japan ain't getting play. Sisters ain't getting play in Japan. Foreign dudes and Japanese dudes are not checking for passport sis. Okay? They are not checking for passport sis. I saw a lot of lonely passport sis. I saw a lot of weirdo passport sis. And these passport sis were mean mugging me when they saw me with a Japanese chick. These passport sis would stare me down and never said hello to me, never showed me love. They just walked past me. Okay? These passport sis ain't no one checking for them in Japan. That is me telling you firsthand. And this goes for the white woman there, the Western women there in Japan. They are ignored. Western women are ignored in Japan. They have been regular. So let me tell you this right. The life of a normal Western chick in Japan is to be a CUM dumpster. Once again, brothers, okay? The life of a Western chick in Japan is to be a CUM dumpster for Japanese dudes. Japanese dudes are not wifing up any white chick or any sister. They want Japanese women and then they want Korean women, and that's it. Okay? They're not checking for passport sis. I have seen firsthand, I've heard firsthand, passport sisters, Western Becky from America are getting ran through by Japanese dudes. No Japanese dude takes them seriously. So this passport cis movement is a failure even in Japan. But for our experience as passport bros, the Japanese women, they love us. Our experience as passport bros, the Japanese women, they love us. And that's why we get hate from passport cis in Japan. Yes, when you go to Japan, passport sisters will be mean mugging you, particularly if they see you with a beautiful dime Japanese chick. They will be mean mugging you because they ain't getting no play. They're lonely, they're getting ran through, and there is no use for them. What does that tell you, brothers? We got the sauce. We got the sauce. The life of a brother in Japan is very simple. Obey the laws, don't be a douchebag, respect the people, and you will get the woman you want. So I'm asking you, brothers, right? I'm asking you, please don't act a fool in Japan. Please don't. You can find your wife, your soulmate, your long term girlfriend if you come correct, are respectful, you dress well, and you're educated. And don't be shy. Tokyo Traveler is right. Don't be shy. Be a man. Cold approach. Cold approach and be a man. Okay. And you will get women there. So let me speak about the nightlife before I open up the phone lines. Okay. And if you have any questions, throw it at me. Shout out to Mr. For Glory 137 for the $5 super chat. Thanks for the Intel IP, and shout out to the good brothers out there, and shout out to Japan. Yeah, shout out to Japan, man, and shout out to you, bro, for the support. Brothers, man, we got over 170 people, right, and less than 150 likes. Can we please get the likes up, and can we get more support for me? You can hit the PayPal too. The PayPal, YouTube takes a 45% cut of each and every single super chat. PayPal doesn't. So feel free to donate to PayPal too, and feel free to hit more super chats, man. You got to show me love. I'm giving you first class intel in 2023 as to how things get down in Japan. I am literally the Japan expert. You got to show me love, man. You got to show me love. All right, thank you, Floor Glory. Appreciate you, bro. So, the nightlife scene in Japan. Whew, where do I even begin? So, as in every country, there are FOTS and HOES out there, and Japan is no exception. So, a lot of the FOTS, women who sleep around, they can be found in the nightlife. Okay, it's unlikely you will find your wife in a club in Japan. I know how the club scene is in Japan. A lot of hookups happen out there, and a lot of one night stands happen. So in Japan, they got a thing called love hotels. And press A1 in the chat if you know what a love hotel is right now. If you know what a love hotel is, press A1 in the chat. Press A1 in the chat if you know what a love hotel is. Okay, so in Japan, they got this place called love hotels, right? And it's where you rent it out, and like the name suggests, you go there to make love to a Japanese woman. In the nightlife scene, that is very common. So you go to a nightclub at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and you see a very attractive Japanese chick out there. Okay, you start dancing, you start, getting close, touching each other, etc., etc., and then you want to get down to business. So you book a love hotel for that same night, and you smash her, and you go your separate ways. That is very common in Japan, and that is very popular in the nightlife scene. So yes, what the women in the club scenes would have done that in the past. I'm not saying all, but quite a few have. Sleeping around in the nightlife scene and going to love hotels. You definitely don't want to wipe up a chick like that. So be very careful in the nightlife scene. Apart from that, Japan has a very vibrant nightlife scene. They play hip hop, rock, electronic music, any music you want, you can find in Tokyo, Japan. And they got these really small bars where it's like you can only allow like 5 or 8 people, and then like a small and enclosed environment. You start speaking. It's a vibe, brothers. It's an absolute vibe. So that's the nightlife scene broken down. There's also a group of women you gotta be very careful in the nightlife scene, and they are called gaijin hunters. These are women that are strictly only after foreign men. They are only after foreign men. So they have high body counts. They ran through black dudes, white dudes, Asian dudes, anything foreign, they will go after. So if a chick is very aggressive towards you in the club, and if you've seen her with other foreign dudes, if you've seen her kissing other dudes in the club and she's now coming to you, keep away from them. Keep away from them. You don't want to be dealing with a gaijin hunter. You don't. She has been ran through. Okay? You want a traditional Japanese chick that likes you, but you just so happen, okay, you just so happen to be foreign. You don't want a chick that is obsessed with foreigners. You want a chick that likes you, okay, but you happen to be a foreigner. Okay, that's what you need, brothers. Can you find a virgin and low body count woman in Japan? 110% yes. I know in Japan where to go to find a virgin, or it can increase your likelihood of finding a virgin in Japan. I will not disclose that information on this stream. I'm sorry. Um, there are some bits that I will only give to my Patreon members and give to those who book a travel consultation with me if you're serious about finding a wife in Japan. Okay. I don't want you stupid Pookie and Ray Rays to ruin Japan. So you ain't gonna know where to find virgins. But there are definitely low body count chicks in Japan. So I have a criteria as to how to find low body count chicks. So how to spot them in Japan. I will also not be disclosing that on this live stream. Nope. That's only going to be for my Patreon members. And of course, those who book an IT consultation with me or consultation with me about traveling uh, to find a wife in Japan. But yes, you can definitely find low body count chicks in Japan. How to spot them? The secret remains of IP. Okay. Um, so, do I have anything else to disclose before open up the phone lines? I would say if you're serious about Japan, learn Japanese. Um, set your plan to learn Japanese every day. Learn hiragana, katakana, learn some words before going to Japan. Speak a little bit of Japanese that will make you very successful with the ladies. I would say build up your confidence to be a man. Don't be shy. They're already shy themselves, so they definitely don't want you to be shy. Okay. They want someone that's outgoing that can, bring them out of their shell and be outgoing. You have to be that guy. You cannot be a shy dude in Japan. You're going to fail. Okay. You might as well stay in America and smash Keisha. Okay. So when you're in Japan, you need to cold approach. You need to be a man. You need to have confidence. And you will definitely be successful. Okay. So let's open up the phone lines and let's have a great Q&A session. Shout out to Mr. Donovan Morrison for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Airports are the easiest place to cold approach. Interesting, bro. Do you mind elaborating on that, brother? So what you mean by that, and then we'll go on from there. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated for the support. So let's get the phone lines open up. So make sure you go and join. You go and like my new Facebook page. I'm officially on Facebook page, so you can go up there and follow my page. I'll be posting live streams and clips from this channel on my Facebook page. Let's get it cracking. Whoa. Incredible live stream. Incredible. Okay, so invite, copy, and let me paste in here, call in. Oh yeah, and Japanese when they're freaks in the bedroom. If you didn't know, go on the Patreon to hear brother's experiences with Japanese women in the bedroom. Okay, let's get it cracking, man. All right, so call in, and then we'll have a great live stream. Man, I miss Japan, man. I miss Japan. Oh, Japan, I miss you. I want to go back. Take me back to Japan. Take me back to Japan. I'm here with these horrible English women who are not feminine, who act like men, who have high body counts, who sleep around. Oh, this isn't fair, man. This is not fair. Yeah, Theo's in the building. Theo's in the building. Theo's in the building. Theo's in the building. Let's get it cracking. Hold on, Theo, yeah? Let me get some water. Chotomate, mizu. Let me get some mizu, okay? Chotomate. Yeah, that feels good, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get cracking, man. Let me bring in Theo F. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That water was good, man. That water was good. Damn. What's going on?
美味しかったでしょお水。
はいはい。
美味しかったでしょ
はい。はいはい。
そう。
ちょっと待って。
そう。でしょ Okay, so you're seeing a lot. What I said on the streams is true. And one of the things I said was, you said, what's the best place to cold approach? How do you do it? And I said, you just have to have a pulse. I mean, actually, maybe if you don't have a pulse, it'd still be easy. I mean, you straight out talk to them. There's you just straight out, like, you see that you're a girl that you're interested in, just straight out walk up to her and talk to her. And it's not hard to do. And that's what I noticed when I was 24 years old, when I was there at the beginning, was the women require you to be a man, and you have to man up very quickly compared to the West. And if you don't assume the male role, you're dead. It's not going to happen. So the women are like, you are a man, I'm a woman, I like being a woman, and you are a man. And that's the way they roll the entire time. So you will never meet a masculine woman in Japan. It's impossible. Like, I don't even know how they would function that way, unless she's westernized, but I don't consider her to be Japanese anymore. So, I mean, they're really wonderful. Guys, what he's saying about dating in Japan is entirely correct. You don't need to learn game. Looking at a comment, you don't need to learn game. You just need to be a decent human being and do what IP said. Speak the language, make sure you have good clothes, make sure that you're a gentleman, make sure you're a man, that you're masculine, and you have a place to take her for a date, and you're actually paying 100%. You just have to walk up. There is no game in Japan. I mean, you could do some things, but not really. You just have to talk to her. If you learn Japanese, then there are some expressions that really work. But these are what the Japanese guys say. So you just have to know a few things, how to make them laugh, how to do some things like that. It's really not that hard to do. The game stuff you're talking about, that's for Western women who are there to manipulate you. So for most of the world, you don't need game. You just need to be a decent human being with a decent salary. That's it, in a heartbeat. It's these weird like lizard Westerners, the Western lizards. That's what I think of them. I don't think they're in the kingdom Animalia anymore. They're more like in the lizard kingdom. Like they're just not humans. They're not mammals anymore. I can't really respect them as mammals. Like, that's it. They're just not a mammal. No. But Japanese women are entirely wonderful. Now, if you're thinking, guys, look at the stream again. If you're thinking Japanese girl who speaks in English, best place for black guys, things like this, you're thinking about other countries. You're not thinking about Japan. You're not listening to IP. You're not listening to Tony. You're not listening to other people. And you're not listening to me. You need to learn Japanese. You need to have a professional job, or in the process of getting a professional job, you need to have your act together, your clothes on point. You need to be presentable. You got good shoes. And you just need to be able to do a direct approach and talking to her. And it's really not that hard at all. If you're not doing that kind of stuff, you're going to entirely fail in Japan. they encourage you to do the traditional male role. It's like the entire society is entirely promoting it. So when you do it and you're respectable and you're honorable, they're like, great, do that. Yeah. So
Facts.
that's the way it goes, guys. It's not hard to learn Japanese. As far as I'm concerned, Japanese is the easiest language that I speak. It's really simple. The writing might be kind of hard. Yeah, but it's not that. You get over it. You can learn the language, but then you're just like, wow, like this word is always the same word. Like watashi is always watashi. That's it. So if you want to modify it, you can modify it with another word, but watashi is always watashi. Tokyo is always Tokyo. We're like, wow, it's so easy. This is like Russian is hard compared to this. So anyway, good points on the stream. You're bringing me back to my days of dating when I was there. Yeah, you're entirely accurate. I like what you said about Western women. I always like when they gave me the evil stare. I just smiled at them. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, you know how you treated me, you Western women treated me when I was honorable and I was listening to you, and you guys were out getting smashed by other guys, but you friend zoned me. Yeah, how does it feel? Except you're not even in my friend zone. I'm going to deny that you exist. How does it feel? That's how it was. It was just by far worse. So I loved it. Anyway, I'll give it over to you, IP. I had to do my little spiel on there.
Hold on, bro. Shout out to Mr. Donovan Morrison for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. If you say konnichiwa and ask for directions, you can strike up a conversation and hit it off with them. I was talking with some of the airport girls. When you say airport girls, are you referring to women that were working at the airports or Japanese women that were traveling to and inside and outside the airports? Break it down for me, Donovan.
Yeah.
Go on, Phil.
I'm just saying, Donovan, you really need to break this down because if you're talking about Japan, you're not going to an airport because Narita is an hour and a half by express train. And then Haneda is like on a different island and you can only really get there by, well, that's 2 metro lines to get there, but you're not really going to go there. These are not places to hang out. And why would you? Because if you're walking down the street in Shinjuku, you've got wave after wave of gorgeous women. And then you have Harajuku. I have stories about Harajuku. I should have made more. some of the crazy stuff I did in Harajuku. You could do some crazy stuff in Harajuku. And Yoyogi Park, I'll go nuts there. Like, I big drunk in the middle of the night when I was 27, 28 years old. Oh, I've got stories. I mean, dude, why would you go to an airport? I don't get it.
Let me also tell you about the story, right, as to just how pleasant and how open Japanese women are towards brothers. So I was in the park, right, and it was really dark. And I know for a fact, right, if I cold approach or if I speak to a woman in the dark in a park in England, these women are going to call the police on me. They're going to run away, or they will, at the very least, look at me like I'm some sort of monster and tell them to keep away from me. In Japan, right, it was pitch black dark. The only light there was a light from the lamppost. I walk up to a chick and I ask her, "Hey, how's your day doing?" She looks at me. Is like, "Oh, my day is okay. Where are you from? Doko Shishin." It was that easy, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it was that easy. And we start speaking, and this is pitch black, right, in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know me. I don't know her. And she trusts me. She trusts me.
Yeah. And you're significantly bigger than her also.
Yes.
And even with that, she doesn't care. She'll straight out talk to you. And do you understand why this is? Did you see what's going on in Japan with violence? This is one of the things I said, like, never be violent in Japan because they'll come down on you. But like even if somebody's violent to you, do not be violent back. Don't return it back because the society will go after you. But she knows that. So if you're domesticated in Japan, you know to never use violence at all. It is a taboo thing to do. So you just kind of sit back and you're like, I'm not gonna be bad against you. If you do it to me, I don't care. I'm not doing anything. And that's in that way, the society shows the futility of violence. Because this also showed, this is actually reflected in their anti-war behavior. They're like, okay, we did World War II. We understand. Don't fight again. We see what happens. Okay, we learned our lesson. So the people are entirely peaceful. So they don't expect you to do anything to them. Plus, the other thing that I always thought was funny with my Japanese wife, they think that especially big monsters, are cute. And they talk about how these monsters, like kaiju, that's a monster in Japan, in Japanese, they talk about how cute they are. And I would look at her and I was like, are you serious? She's like, yeah. So she's like, I was big compared to my wife, right? I'm like twice her weight. And she's like, oh, I like big man. I like so much. You're so big, you could throw me around. I'm like, all right. So,
Oh yeah, definitely in the bedroom
yeah,
for you around.
yeah, that's what happened, right? And she'll be like, I can cook a lot of food for you. So she's feeding me. She's like, oh, you're a big monster. You're kaiju. You're eating a lot of food. Good. And I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, I like it. They get turned on by it. And they want that kind of guy. So that's what they think. Like, if they think you're a monster, they're like, oh, okay, we can be next to you. You're like really cute. This is in their anime. It's in their culture. I find it all the time. You got these like what would scare Westerners, because Westerners are killing each other all the time. What would scare Westerners is cute and docile and fun to the Japanese. I'm like, wow, man, you guys are different people. Whoa, like I could definitely hang out with you. Okay, you guys are good.
Yep. So we're gonna record it there. Shout out to look at this, man. Shout out to Mr. Joseph Ashbury in the building for the $50 super chat. Appreciate you, Joseph Ashbury, back in the building. Patreon member, supporter. He says here, support, and support. This is gold, people. Pay the man, people. Brother, you gotta support me, man. You really have to, right? Please support me. Hit the PayPal, hit the super chats, cop the merch, join the Patreon, support me, book your IT consultation, book your travel consultation, support me anywhere you can. I'm out here pointing work for you, brothers, man. And I ain't gonna stop anytime soon. I'm gonna keep giving you this gospel. Appreciate you, Joseph.
Mhm.
Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. So, Mike, can you turn the camera on in the background, please? Okay, thank you, Mike. Turn the camera off. Turn it off. Let me bring in Mr. Mike. What's going on, Mike?
How's it going, IP?
What's going on, Mike?
Theo?
All good, brother.
Hey,
All
what's
good.
up?
How you keeping?
Yeah,
You good, Mike?
yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a
Fire
while
away.
since. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I just want to say that I'm a big Godzilla fan, right?
Mm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they made all a bunch of Godzilla movies, even the older ones. Oh
Brother,
man, this
get the question there, brother, please. Question, brother.
yeah yeah. So anyway, let's get with it. Um, what kind of city? What kind of city did you go to in Japan? In the
What
IP?
kind of cities?
The
Did you say what kind of cities?
yes.
So I was in Tokyo, I was in Osaka, and I was in four more other cities that I will not disclose because these cities are where you definitely can find the wives there. So
Wow. Wow. So Osaka is uh is so Osaka. There's a bunch of big cities. I wonder Tokyo is the only huge city, right?
yes, bro. Yes, that is correct.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, brother. Call in later, okay? Your audio's a bit bad, okay?
Right.
All right, thanks, Mike. Yeah, call in later, brother. I can't really hear you. So, brothers, feel free to call in. Brothers, feel free to call in if you have any questions for me. And make sure your audio is good. Please don't call in with any AOL type connection. I want modern connection. Okay. So, so let me also emphasize, right, as to the experience of a Western brother. I think where we are in a very unique position as passport bros in Japan. There isn't much of us out there. Like when I tell you, brothers, right, I went days without seeing a single foreigner or one or two it's real out there in Japan. Even in 2023 in Tokyo, which is an international city, the capital city, there isn't a lot of foreigners even in Tokyo. That's how crazy it is.
Mhm. Yeah.
It shocked me because I went to Panama earlier this year. I saw brothers, I saw Latinos, I saw white people. I did not see that much foreigners out there, even in Tokyo, Japan. It is crazy, brothers. Go on for you.
Yeah. So this is why I told guys like Demsworth and the other guys, they're talking about going on Blasians. And I said, why? Because to find them, like you can't find other foreigners, right? Exactly what you're saying. You're going to go so long without seeing somebody else. Everyone you're going to see is Japanese. So you just get what to go on the Japanese girl. They're the ones who are coming at you in waves. Like, why would you even think about somebody else? You are integrated automatically. So again, I remember my house that I had, especially when I was living alone there for a while. I didn't talk to any foreigners at all. It was very normal. There were times in which, yeah, like you said, like weeks would go by. I didn't care. I talked to foreigners online, but you know, when I went out in the streets, it was all Japanese. That was it. I was extremely used to it. I got so used to it that like Japanese words that are in English, right? Like Godzilla, for example. Japanese don't say that; they say Gojira. So it's like just three. It's just three moras, three characters. So when foreigners were talking to me, I would speak Japanese words in English the way that the Japanese said them, because I didn't know what they were in English anymore. I didn't even care. I thought that's what it was. And that's how Japanese I was. I mean, I was just entirely in the culture. So I'd like Goshira, 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 and they're like, "Whoa, you're so Japanese!" Like, what are you talking about? Like, don't you say that? Like, that's normal. Because that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, all the movies I saw, they were all in Japanese. Even Western movies, they would at least have subtitles. So I'd be reading it the entire time in Japanese. I was totally into it. So yeah, guys, if you guys are watching this, make sure you get some Japanese if you're serious about the country, because they're Japanese. They love their culture. They do, and they're not. That's another thing. They talk really good about the West, but they're not getting on airplanes trying to get out of the country. No way, because their country is so good.
Efficient.
It is.
Yeah, it's efficient. It's convenient, and they got these 7-Eleven stores, brothers, where they have everything there: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and it's 24/7, 365. You can literally live off that in your time in Japan. These 7-Eleven stores, and the food tastes so good, and it's very cheap.
Good.
Never seen anything like that before. And to add to that, they've got these vending machines. You can get coffee from there. You can get drinks from there. Even hot food from the vending machines. It's a different world out there, brothers.
Beer. You get beer from there. You can get other stuff we're not going to talk about on here, but yeah, you can get some really good stuff on the vending machines. I'll give you one thing about the convenience stores. Again, I studied Japanese economic history. I was going to go study this in grad school in Japan. That was actually my real focus. And just to make it easy to understand, in the 17th century and 18th century, a Japanese convenience store had more unique items than like the entirety of items sold in London. That would just be in Japan. That would just be a convenience store. There wasn't a main shopping area. That's how much like specified like unique products that the Japanese had compared to the English, because they used the English because it was a global superpower, right? So they were always saying like the Japanese were way more sophisticated in terms of consumer consumption than the English ever were. It really didn't happen until like they had after World War II, they had like a lot more trade going on with the UK. Then the English started catching up to the Japanese, basically.
Yes. Before I bring in Pooh, right, let me tell you my experiences with women that were not Japanese in Japan, or they were half Japanese, half whatever. So I got two stories here for you, brothers, right? Pardon me. Okay. So I actually met a Brazilian Japanese chick. Okay. I met a Brazilian Japanese chick. and she was completely gorgeous. Oh Lord, the face of a half Brazilian, half Japanese chick with a Brazilian body. It made me go loco. It made me go. I was like, what is going on here, bruv? This is so. She's outside the station, right? I called approach her. I called approach her, and I tell her, "Nihonjin desu ka?" And Nihonjin desu ka means are you Japanese in Japan? She's like, Nihonjin desu wa hafu Brazilian jin, Nihonjin. So, oh wow, so you're half Brazilian, half Japanese. That's great. I look at her from head to toe. I'm like, she got banging hips, nice thighs, nice chest. I'm like, okay, IP locked out today. IP locked out today. So I'm speaking with her, right? But the more I speaking to her, unfortunately, she was kind of westernized. Okay. So she dressed quite promiscuous. So she may have been a HOE or for the streets. She had a lingerie bag with her. So, woman who goes to those stores, out in the open like that, gotta be very careful. So I'm like, okay, she might be for the streets. And then her attitude towards me, I didn't really like it. The way she was speaking with me. I'm like, okay, she's fully, she's gone, she's gone. But she was beautiful. So that was my experience with her. Is that the average Japanese Brazilian in Japan, bro, or was that like a rare occurrence, brother?
The Brazilian Japanese, they know who they are. They know that they're beautiful in Japan, and so it's a little bit more difficult to deal with them. That's why another reason I said like I didn't really cold approach Hafu, because they had like half the market going for them, so it was a little bit different. But you have to do a little bit more wordplay. So, like they would say, for example, half the Brazilian to Nihonjin, and you can say like, それで100%で, they'll say, それで100完璧です or 完璧だよ. Do you know what 完璧 means? Have you heard that one?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so 完璧 means perfection. So you say you're 50% Japanese, 50% Brazilian, but you're 100% perfect. And you can do those kind of little things, and they'll actually it'll break their shell down, because they're like, wow, you're actually saying that I'm perfect. You can also say bijin. Bijin is a very useful term to use.
Beautiful,
and
right?
Beautiful person. Bijin is almost only used for women, not for man. Even though it's neutral, officially neutral, but it's so you would say like "完璧な美人だよね," just means you're a perfectly you're like a perfectly beautiful woman, beautiful person. And a lot of girls there they've never heard before that they're beautiful. So it's like, how like in the West, like women rarely say to us that like we look good, or they don't give us compliments. We get zero from them, right? Well, Japanese women, that's their usual experience. They get zero from the guys. So if they hear that they're beautiful and they're cute or something like that, kawaii, their interest is definitely up, because maybe that's the first time in their life they heard that.
Yes. And so my other story for you, brothers, right? And this is going to be first class intel, okay, brothers. Is there's a very hidden special gem in Japan, and these are Korean Japanese women. I see Theo smiling right there. Let me tell you this, brothers, man. These Korean Japanese women are the crown jewels of Japan. They are beautiful beyond beautiful, if that even makes sense. Okay? They put the beautiful in beautiful, they put the B in beauty. Okay? And I had the experience in dealing with one of them, luckily. Let me tell you just how amazing these Korean Japanese women are. Okay? They're beautiful. Okay, they have the mixture of Korean blood and Japanese blood, the best of both worlds. They look like out of world models. And I'm thinking, IP, how on earth are you here in 2023 in front of a Korean Japanese chick? And I had no idea she was Korean. I cold approached her. Hey, how's your day going? I like your t-shirt. It was like a bright green t-shirt. So, oh, my day is going fine. And I ask her, what are you doing? So, oh no, I'm not doing nothing. I'm going for shopping. I'm like, okay, I'm from the UK. I'm here as a tourist. Would you like to show me around the place if you have some time? She's like, sure, sure, okay. So we're walking around. I get to know her, and she tells me she's half Korean, half Japanese. And I'm thinking, I told her, that's why you look so beautiful. And she starts laughing. See, the game right there, brother, is a game. So let me tell you the best traits of dealing with a Korean Japanese woman. They're beautiful, okay? And they know they're beautiful, but they're very humble about it. They're very humble about it. They're respectful. They are feminine, okay? They are very girly. They have soft skin, and they're very, very submissive. And they're checking for brothers. These Korean Japanese women are the hidden gems and the crown jewels of Japan. And I'm thinking, maybe I don't want a Japanese chick anymore. I want a Korean Japanese chick. Break it down for us, Theo.
Okay. So, did you meet her in Shinjuku?
I think I met her in, was it Ueno? I can't remember, bro. I think it was.
Oh wait, no. Okay, I can see that. Okay, so I don't usually talk about this because I just don't. Well, it's something that is known. There are about 100,000 either full Korean or half Korean, half Japanese people in Shinjuku. And there's one street in particular where they basically speak in Korean down the street. It's like Koreatown. And when you landed, you're making your first video, you were about 3 blocks away from it. Yeah. So I have a lot of memories there. I was there quite often. And they have like Korean language books, and then they have Korean food. So like a lot of times when I was buying my Korean food, I would go through there and buy it and then take it home. Yeah, they had some hottest women that I had ever seen in my life.
Yes.
And I gave up on them, which now I wouldn't. A little different. But when I was like in my late 20s, early 30s, I was like, there's no way I can get one of these women. They're like perfect. They're literally perfect. I can't, like the way they do things. Okay, they do fusion Korean Japanese cooking. You're looking at them like I'm gone. Like, can I get a ring now? You're just looking like, how do I keep you? They can blow your mind away. They're just amazing. They have like wit. They can go back and forth between Korean and Japanese at will. Some of them are just incredibly intelligent. So they're funny, witty, they're great. And they have no problems talking to you.
Yes.
Like,
they're
let's
checking.
talk. Yeah.
They're checking, bro. do you know what, right? Another intel for you, right? I met another Korean Japanese chick, right? In the bar, okay? And I had no idea she was Korean Japanese, but she looked kind of different. I can tell by her face. We're speaking, I cold approach, and she's giving me choosing signals.
Mm-hmm.
She's checking for me. She's responsive. I can tell she's
Mhm.
in my vibe. And she even told me, IP, are you coming inside the bar with me? Unfortunately, I didn't. I was really tired that night. I just went to another bar previously. But that was basically her invitation. Come and dance with me. It was like, IP, you idiot.
Yeah, stay awake. Like I did those kind of things. The Japanese girls would like in Roppongi, they'd be like, "Come over here and dance." I'm like, "I'm there," and I just go dance with them, and I'd have a great time. And of course, you were in Roppongi as well. You know, I rode my bike to Roppongi many times to go dancing. To go to the clubs. Yeah, I rode by. I know. You know, they have those chiding codes. Like everybody's riding like the same kind of bicycle. I would ride like about 10 miles. Go to Roppongi, dance and then get on my bike and go back. I was so otaku. I can't believe I did that. But I have good memories of doing that. Anyway, the girls will definitely give you an invitation. They have there's this word in Japanese called genki. And what you talked about, that vibe, that positive vibe, that vibe that inspires you, that's what we call genki in Japanese. And the girls are extremely genki. Like they have this genki energy. And we wouldn't say good or fine. We would say that girl is genki. We would actually use a Japanese word for it because we didn't have a word in English to describe what the women were. Because they were like, we're like, Western women are not genki. These Japanese girls are genki. There's a word for that. So when they're around you, they inspire you to be better. Like you just can't help it. You're like, I want to be a better person in order to be with this genki girl. And then the genki girl will give you these choosing signals. And she is like, again, you saw it. They're open about it. It's like you just have to have like, do you have a pulse? Because they'll just look at you and boom, right to you. You're like, yep, I just got it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I better do something. It's either I go for it now or I don't. And she's waiting. She's like, you're a man. I expect you to do something.
Yep. And brothers, speaking about IP Where's the Receipts, I mean, I just dropped 4 interviews of me cold approaching Japanese women and telling them, are you interested in brothers? One of them, a red-haired Japanese chick, said, I understand brothers, so I want to marry a brother. I mean, what more receipts do you want, brother?
Yeah.
It's crazy, brother.
Yeah, they do. They're not joking about that. So, of course, just want to say this, anybody watching this, it's not like the entire country of women want to marry black men. That's not true. But there are, compared to the West, there are so many more women in Japan who want to, like, openly want to marry black men than there are in the West combined. Just straight out. Like, like we're just talking beautiful, acceptable women that we would actually find entertaining and good and as quality wives. They're there in Japan in droves. And apparently, I was just watching this report, like Japan's population in the last 2 years has decreased by 600,000 people. Right, because they're not making babies. So they're pretty much like, yeah, we know we can make a baby with you. Yeah, come over here. Yeah, do it. They're down for it. They're like, make the baby. I want a cute baby. I want a black and Japanese baby. Let's go for it. They want half of it.
Damn, this is amazing. I want to drop a video next week of me cold approaching Japanese woman in a car dealership shop, and I told her. So I'm in the car, right, and I'm looking at her. And I'm like, I like this car, and let me tell you my dream of buying this car. I want to be with a Japanese woman with our kids, and maybe that might be you. You might be that Japanese woman. And I told her, would you like to have that dream with me? She's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man. No, that works. That does. You could just say that to them and just be normal. It says, yeah, I'd like to have that with you. And they're like, and they want to date you. They actually go out and do it. If she's interested in you, she's game immediately. So in the West, this is the thing that always got me in the West. I came back. In the West, you say something like that, your real intent to the woman, and she friend zones you. She's like, I'm going to use you for resources. That's it. And you're looking at her like, no, ain't going to happen. And like, and after a while, you see what's going on. You're like, this is why you're poor. This is why you can't get a good man. This is why you don't have stability, because you don't know how to choose the men, particularly the men who have good intentions toward you and say it. You can't deal with them, or you try to use them. In Japan, they're either going to date you and think about marriage with you, or they're just going to drop you. They're like, no, you're not my type, basically. And look, they'll just go their own way, which is fine. That's respectable. But so many of them are like, yeah, let's go to an izakaya, or let's go have some soba together, or udon, and just let's go to Starbucks. They have no problem.
Yes. And do you know what? With Japanese women, right? Take things slow with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Meet once a week, go on small dates. I'm telling you, the good things that last for a long time are the things that are hard to get or take some time to achieve. Don't rush things. Don't think with a little brain. Okay, don't think with your pants. Think with your mind, man.
Mhm.
Take things slow. Be respectful. Go on dates. There will be no problem. Don't rush things. Okay,
Mhm.
if you rush things, it isn't gonna last. Okay, and also word is bond in Japan. Okay,
Mm.
word is bond. What your word and her word, you got to keep to it. If you tell her you're gonna wife her up, then you gotta wife her up, man. Don't say any things that you can't keep. Very important, brother.
Mm. So if you can say, for example, "Mokutekki ga kenkon desu." So, like, my goal is marriage, and she'll understand that you have an intention towards there. But if you're nuts about her, you can say like "Zeihi keikon yatteru yo," which means without a doubt, I'm gonna marry you, right? And she'll be impressed, and then she'll go into a little dream world, and if she likes you, yeah, that's it. It's gone. The dream world starts. Yeah, and yeah, you've got a girlfriend. They're so easy. They're simple.
It
Like,
is. They are.
yeah,
In
yeah,
a good way, though. In a good way.
yeah, in a
Make it
good
they
way.
make it very simple for you. Just be a man.
Yeah,
Go on dates. Speak about normal things. No
but
controversial topics, and you're in. You're in.
that's so
Don't be a weirdo.
the first thing you probably noticed is they're not a quick lay at all. They're not going
Mm.
to sleep with you. And unless for pungy girls or like the gaijin hunters, they will, but not the normal girls. And the next one, did you see any single mothers?
No. Oh no, bro. Nope.
That's right,
Nope.
none,
There are no single mothers. Not actually hardly any in Japan.
hardly any. Yeah.
I saw two black women with good looking Japanese women with their kids. I
Mhm.
saw Japanese women with black men. I did not see a struggling single mother looking
Yeah.
like the earth just crapped on her. Nah, bro.
Right. Yeah. So there's less of the mother population. Less than 2% are single in Japan, and then they have programs to get them married. They really don't want them to be single. The government does not want this, so they make sure these women get married off. And so single mothers are exceptionally rare. Or of course, when you come back, like okay, so you come back to like the UK, the Western world, you're seeing all these broken families, these kids without fathers, and you're really sitting there like, well, what is this really a first world country? I mean, really? Right? You're seeing the slums. Did you see any slums?
Nope. No
No,
slums.
nothing like that. And then no place that's dangerous.
Nope.
Nowhere. You could walk at 3 o'clock in the morning, pitch black outside, go to a convenience, get fresh food, walk back without any fear at all, find some Bijin, strike up a conversation, sit there on the road, drink beer with her, and talk about like anime, and it's good. Like, no problem. That's a day or a night in Tokyo. No problem. You do that in the West, people think you're talking fantasy. Yeah, like you're talking crazy. That didn't happen because you got shot. Yeah. Anyway.
Thanks, bro. Let me bring in Pooh. Let me read the super chats real
Okay.
quick. Shout out to Mr. Intellect for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Just got home, so I have to catch the replay, but showing support. Thank you for the support, Intellect. Much appreciated, bro. Shout out to Mr. Andrew Ski Gordon for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. I was about to join the call and talk about Korean women. But I'm going to save that for when I do the stream with you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Looking forward to that next week. Next week, we shall be doing Korean woman live stream. Shout out to Mr. Usama Abdu for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. So IP, Korea has a 0.8 birth rate, lowest in the world. In Japan is 1.2. It's falling every year. That says the hypergamy must be very high. Thoughts? Break it down for us, Phil.
No, they're not getting laid. They're not. It's literally they're not getting laid. So, to put it in perspective, okay, in the West right now, there in the United States at least, they had some statistic which I couldn't believe was actually true. Over 25% of men in their 40s have never been married before. In Japan, over 20% of men in their 40s are virgins. I want you to think about that. So if they're not banging, they're not making kids. That's what it is. They've stopped having sex. There's various reasons for this. It's not even hypergamy. The woman can't get laid. That's it. There's not enough men. This started around 1997 with Herbivore Man in Japan, which they said is the foundation of MGTOW, which I somewhat agree with that. And the guys just don't want to go through all the hustle of getting married and all the heartbreak and all the work and sacrifice of it. They're like, hey, I'm good. I've got an easy life, and that's what I'm going to do. So those guys are not getting laid.
Yes, and there's also, let me bring in Pooh. Actually, Pooh's in the building. Hold on, Pooh. So there's also a huge sugar baby culture in Japan. Okay, you're gonna see old guys with very attractive young women. These old dudes are financing the lives of those young women. Oh, is that too explicit for the stream? Yeah, probably is. Yeah.
It's a little gray.
Yeah.
You probably don't want to go there. Let's just say that there are some dating practices in Japan which Japanese women and Japanese men have, which the government frowns upon, but it's definitely there. But it's only between these two groups, and it's not between foreigners. So a Japanese girl and a foreign guy, they're trying to get a relationship, trying to bang. But these other two guys, it's a little bit different.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it as that. Let me bring in Pooh. What's going on, Pooh?
Yo, Pooh.
What's good? What's up? What's up?
It's good to see you again.
I know, right? It's been a while. It is a beautiful day in South Korea. Just to let everybody know, where are you at? I know where I'm at. Where are you? I wanted to touch on that hypergamy thing, which is, I don't think it's much of a factor as some people think. Number one, the Japanese or Korean woman, she's not having a baby if she doesn't have a ring on her finger and she is legally married. It is out of there. It's not happening. So they can date, they can hook up all they want. They really don't have, they barely have time for that because, I mean, it's the economy. You know, that marriage is linked to that now in this day and age. There's no time for that stuff. And she's not having a baby without being married. You can hang it up. It's not like America where it's cool to have a child out of wedlock. It's not. It's just you're almost putting your Western thinking on people from the East. So get that out of your head. It's not happening. It's absolutely not happening. So I mean that's number one. Another thing I saw a little bit of poison in the well. Someone was saying about talking about racism in Japan. This is a person that's obviously has not been in Japan. We are different, and whatever you don't understand, whatever you see is different. Yeah, you're gonna be afraid of, especially you don't know anything about it. But as far as experiencing like real racism, the kind we get in the States, it doesn't happen. It's not. It's really non-existent. People don't understand you, don't know you, may even prejudge you. I mean, thank the media, thank BET. I don't know. You thank whoever you want, but it's just that's just how it is. But if you show up with the right attitude, leave your Western thinking alone, and just come and be free, be yourself, smile, black man, please smile. And be engaging and approachable, and don't be afraid to extend the olive branch. Say, hey, let me introduce myself instead of playing being the stoic cold one. You get that done, you'll be all right. You just get out of your Western thinking. Just knock it off already. Like knock it off. That's really all I wanted to say.
Because what are they going to do to you? Nothing.
Exactly.
Like, so at the worst, they're too busy. So they'll just say like "gomenasai" or something like that, and they'll just keep on going, right? But that's about it. I mean, they'll smile about. They'll be a little shy. They'll keep on going. They're not going to do anything to you. It's not like the West. the West, you have to really worry about an allegation or some sort of legal thing going. Not there. I'll give you an example of this real quick. I want you guys to hear this story. Okay, so I was teaching English one time out in Kanagawa, and there was a secretary there, and I really liked her, and I was hitting on her all the time. And she knew it. I was asking her all the time, but she didn't want to go out with me. But I just begged her to go out with me. And there were these, like, they were returning. One class I was teaching was for Japanese children who had been in the West, and they returned back to Japan. Usually, their parents worked for a corporation, so they wanted to maintain their English. So I was teaching them English. It was a very advanced class, and one of the girls in the class told the secretary and the English school that I had touched her in the class. I had touched her inappropriately. And the secretary just sat there and laughed at her and said that obviously didn't happen. And they're basically like, don't say that again or we're going to dismiss you. And it never happened again. Because one thing in that class, it was fully observable. They were watching what I was doing. They're like, yeah, we know you didn't touch you. And then that Japanese secretary, when she told me the story, what happened, she said, yeah, I know you didn't touch anyone because you want to touch me. And I was looking at her, and I was just like, you just showed me like what a wonderful person you are. Because that's what grace you have to deal with that kind of situation. Like you could have like in the West, I would have been in jail.
Oh yeah, it'd been a wrap.
Yeah,
Why-
that would have been it.
Why did she force to accuse you, bro? Is because you were black?
No, because she had been in the West, and I think I either corrected her English really hard or I gave her a bad mark for something, like some test, and she didn't like it.
Wow.
I was doing my job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't believe this. Shout out to Japan for actually having sense, and not just believing the words of woman or that believe all woman nonsense. Get that crap out of here, man. Believe all women. I don't think so. We have laws. It's innocent until proven guilty. Not believe all women. Idiots.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah. So they know what's up. They're really sensible, and they're pretty much like, look, you don't have power. We're watching you anyway. So everybody's watching each other. So we know that you're not doing anything wrong because there's nothing that you can do. So go drink beer and be a normal person. That's what it is. That's how they are. They're wonderful people. So again, if you guys have a problem with racism there, I would say, well, what is it really? What you said about the foreigners is somewhat correct. This is my view, because again, I was there for a long period of time. If the foreigner has been there for less than 2 years, I don't talk to them. I'm like, you're not a part of the culture. You're a barbarian. So I don't have any, because you might have some crap here coming in. If they're over 2 years, then I'm like, okay, do you understand the culture? Like, whose side are you really on? Are you the Japanese side, the Western side? What am I dealing with you? And then those guys I'm usually friends with. But they're not jerks. They know not to be racist. Because if they're racist towards you, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. They know that. So, no, you don't have any problems with them.
Yeah, barbaric is the best. I mean, I'm going to start using that word. That is a great description of how to describe a foreigner, a brand new foreigner who doesn't have an open mind. That behaves like they've been living in a damn cave. What a great way to describe a barbarian.
Yeah, yabanjin. That's called yabanjin. That's what it is. Yabanjin.
Yep.
And
Yabanjin.
they would call them the Japanese would say yabanjin sometimes because they're like, you don't know what's going on. Like you're acting in a really disrespectful manner, and we know it, and you're doing it purposely. So yabanjin. Right? like if you, this is what you guys know something in Japan. If you're respectful in Japan, you have good intention, but you do something really wrong in the beginning, but you don't know it, the Japanese are like, cool, we got you. We don't have a problem with you. You did, yeah, they're very forgiving, very tolerant. They're like, this is how you do it. And you'd be like gomenasai. If you say that in Japanese and you like do a bow, they'll be like, oh, okay, you're you're civilized. You just don't know how to do it. Okay, we can deal with you, right? So they kind of like it. They kind of smile, and then they see your progress. That's it. That's all it is. And they're very fun that way. But if you're just going out like one thing you said, IP, like there's like those Westerners being like they're thinking they're owning Japanese women. They're total jerks. They're just bastards. Like I always thought that the Australians and the Kiwis, the New Zealander in particular, are just bad in this area. If they're like that, yeah, the Japanese don't like it either. They're aware, and those guys just stay away from them. It's like no,
same way in South Korea. The New Zealanders, Australians, the ugliest Australian I ever seen is with the most beautiful Korean woman I've ever seen. It's insane, but yeah, they act like they own the place. They're not very welcoming to me. I'm like, oh, an English speaker. Let me go talk to him. Let me say hello at least. And it's like I'm invading their territory. I'm taking their stock. I'm already married. They're mugging me and my wife. With my wife. They can't stand it. It's just no longer their playground. It's no longer just a free run on all the women.
Yeah,
we're on to.
We're on to.
Yeah. When they started acting that way towards me, I'll like be quiet. I'll get a kangaroo to hump you again. That's what you like. They'd be like, a Roo? You're talking about Roo humping you? Like, yeah, that's right, a Roo humping you. Like, and they were like, well, how do you? I'm like, look, I'm American. I could be bad if you want me to be bad. You want to give me bad attitude? I'm from like Chicago area. I can go down with you. All right. So you better be good. I'm not going to take this crap with you. So they would know it. The English I found to be decent. Most of the time they were civilized, unless they were drunk. Ugh.
Yeah, IP. I got a good question for you.
Of course.
During your cold approach, and when it came to meeting these Japanese women, about how long did it take you to break that touch barrier, or was it them first that initiated that?
That's a great question, bro. So the cold approach happens, and then date happens, and the touch barrier happens. I would say half an hour in on average. When she's really vibing, you're really vibing, and then you can simply just put your hand over her skin. That your skin is very soft. I like your skin. Or so it's normally the man that does it. Actually, these women are very feminine and traditional. You have to do everything as a man. Initiate things. That's how I did things, bro. So normally it was myself, initiating the proceedings, the dates, where to go to, and breaking that touch barrier, bro. And it wasn't too long. I would say half an hour in, when you're really vibing, put your hand over her hand, and your skin's very soft, very shiny. What cream do you use? You rub it. She's laughing. She's smiling. It's that easy, bro. It's that easy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, I was one. I noticed. You brother don't need receipts. Take it from me. I see how you do your thing. I can hear your smile, bro. So I know you're doing well out there. And that works perfectly in Asian culture and how they view us. So yeah, we're being well represented out there by you. So brother, I appreciate you, and you don't need receipts. I see how you're doing out there. Every time you go to Japan, you're going to win. Every time, just because you're not number one, not afraid to be goofy, not afraid to try their language, not afraid of anything, and you shed that Western thinking, and you just go for it, man. So yeah, I know you do well out there. I know you're always going to get played, always going to have a good time, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I definitely agree with what Pooh is saying here, and that's one of the good things about Japanese women. So not only do they like kaiju, they like monsters. But if you mess up, if you talk to them directly, but you mess up the Japanese and you're kind of off, they love it.
It's cute to them.
It's cute. They really like it, and they're like, "Oh, he's trying, and he's doing this all." Like in their head, he's doing this all for me, and wow, he's so cute. And yeah, don't, man. You get dates. I did that all the time, man. Even though I was fluent, I didn't care. That's just one of my pickup abilities. That's so easy to do. They're so wonderful women. I gotta admit, they're wonderful. It's great. I never act this way towards Western women. I'm like, oh my goodness, where's the airplane? Where's the airport? The airport's over there.
Yeah, it almost brings you back to being. You almost have that feeling of that youth, that innocence.
Yeah.
And things are so the conversation, things are so pure when you're dealing with these Japanese women.
Yeah. That's how they really are. They're just
Right.
wonderful. They're nice. Like you hear all this stuff about like what Western women are saying. You will never hear a Japanese woman say, "I don't need a man." Never.
No way.
Never. She'll never say she's a boss babe, or even these women who have jobs or anything like that. Or I want to get the bag. No, she'd be too classy. She's too sophisticated. She's also too well-to-do. She's never been poor in her entire life. Never. She's never had need or want. So she's like, yeah, I have a nice life. Like, what's up? Maybe she has Louis Vuitton, but it's not a thing to her. Maybe she has it, maybe she doesn't. Doesn't matter either way. Which is cool.
Exactly.
Let me read a super chat real quick. Shout out to Mr. The Legend of Tensuke for the $999 super chat. Thank you, bro, for the support. Much appreciated, brother. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Yes, so brothers, call in. There's a lot of space in the panel. I'm happy for it to be a longer stream. This is, my personal experience of my trip in Japan. Let me also mention the what's it called? The Blasians out there. Okay, so I saw 2 Blasians, and that should just tell you just how little minorities are in Japan. I saw 2 Blasians. One of the Blasians I saw, absolutely gorgeous. I saw her walk into a club in Shibuya, dressed in all black, long boots, long black hair. Oh my lord, this chick was a baddie. Didn't cold approach. I was quite far away from her. I just forgot about it. So the other Blasian I met had a mask on, unfortunately. And people still wear masks there. They are masked up currently in Japan. So we spoke, like, oh, where are you from? She's like, oh, I'm half black, half this. I live in Japan. And this was a black girl that behaved like a Japanese woman. The laugh, the mannerism. And I'm thinking, this is a trip. This is a trip. This is basically a Japanese chick, right? In the shell of a black girl. That's a win. That's a win. W's. Press a W in the chat. W Blasian. W Blasian. I don't know, bro. That's a W right there, brothers. Theo, how is it possible for a black girl to behave like a Japanese chick?
If they have the proper culture, the proper environment. And this is the thing I'll say to all ABW and Black Western women. It's not how you look. It's your attitude. It's how you treat us. That's nearly at 100%. We have major problems with this. And you have that Genki inside of a black girl, and she's acting Japanese like that. You're more inclined to date her.
Can you imagine how a ABW would treat a Blasian that behaved like a Japanese chick? I think these ABWs would get the pistol out and just unload it on her. Cause they're thinking, why is she acting like that? She ain't twerking. She ain't got a big booty. She ain't behaving like a ratchet Sukihana or Nicki Minaj. This is literally a feminine black chick. An ABW wouldn't know what to do. She'd go crazy. Like, what's going on here?
Well, if she did anything negative in Tokyo, the culture would come to save the Blasian immediately. So you can't act out like she can't go crazy and start like throwing things. No, they'll be like, you're violent. So they hold women accountable. So you can't act like an animal like we have here in the West. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. But yeah, she's probably not happy with it because Western women are seeing half the get date after date after date, and the Western woman can't get a date at all. She can't even get recognized that she's there. When it's straight out, I guess I've told you streams this before. I know this one woman, like I was originally there. She was British, blonde hair, blue eyes. She's about 5'7", wonderful hips. She had a D or a double D cup. I don't know, something like that. But she was very curvy. She'd be like if she were an OnlyFans, she could definitely be making $50,000 a month, like some serious cash. She was beautiful. She went one whole year without a date in Japan.
Damn.
Yeah.
But there you go.
That's just she said she learned a lot about men. She was like, yeah, I'm going to value men from now on.
There you go. Shout out to Mr. Clean for the £3.65 PayPal donation. Thank you, bro. He says here, support. Thank you for the support, bro. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, bro. Thank you very much. All right. Awesome, nice, Jimmy. You want to chime in on this as well, Pooh, on Japanese chicks?
Yeah. Well, when you take a Japanese woman and then you put them against really any other woman, I've seen it too many times. Black women in anywhere in Asia, they're probably about on the verge of being broken by that culture, just because it's a lot of. I've seen African women, they've done fine in Asia, but if you're talking about a Westerner, she's gonna be broken. I mean, and wrung out really good, just because her attitude towards men, her attitude, how she expresses herself, her how aggressive she can become if she's upset. There's usually a time and a place. You can be strong in your silence also, and I think Asian women have mastered that. When to speak, when is best not to, when to interject. I think this is all honestly a feminine trait, a woman who understands her power, her control. So, it's just femininity, So I've seen too many Black women, especially in Korea, I mean, really get taken to the cleaners and really get used like a toilet. And it's pretty much how you're going to be viewed, as a toilet, if you bring this Western, this culture to the East. So with that, it'd be a curvy white woman, and they love white features in Asia, but it's not going to happen if they figure something's going on with the software. It's not. They can think with the big head instead of the little head, where we have no zipper control at all. So salute to them for being that way.
Yes, indeed. I think I've touched upon this many times, but I want to keep it real. There are many Black men that are attracted to Asian women. Many. I have been for quite some time, but I've just struggled getting that chick in the West. Japan changed that for me. I ain't gonna lie, I was having doubts as to, okay, how would they treat me? I'm a brother. I see them with white dudes all the time in England. Do they mess with me? Am I too dark for them? I'm a dark-skinned brother, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to, wish for the best. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. These Western Asian chicks don't compare to the homeland source. They don't compare. The homeland source is the one you need. So I'm happy that the Western Asian chicks don't check for us. Good. May continue being that way. Let them ruin the white boys. Let them ruin each other. I want the actual source itself. I want the roots. I want the real prototype. You're gonna get that in Asia, and they checking for brothers. I really mean that. Japanese women are the best looking Asian women on planet Earth. I'll keep it a stack. Half Korean, half Japanese. They can battle them. Maybe Korean, but I love my Japanese chicks, man. Go on, brothers.
So I'm sure somebody's gonna say South Korean women are the most beautiful. Because somebody probably has to say that. He's got somebody in the background who might take his head off. So we got that voted there. I'll just say this: they're entirely enchanting, and I remember when I was in Tokyo, like I was in Yoyogi dating, and the girl would be like right here, and I would kiss her, and she put her head back, and her hair would go all the way down, and she would be totally passive and like melt into me in the night. I was like, I'm gone, man. Like, you women are hot. Like, I don't believe how wonderful you guys are. It's just a psychological factor. You guys are just gorgeous.
Yes. This has happened to me on dates, and I thought I did something wrong. This woman melted in front of me. Melted when I gave her a kiss.
Whoa!
Yes, man. It's the dopest feeling in the world. I told you, it's that innocence is like mind blown.
Mind blowing.
I'm never coming back.
Yeah. This is why, like, again, you asked me, like, do you date in the West? No. And the thing was like, okay, this Japanese girl's in the West, and I said, don't date her. Don't even. You're done. It's over. Like, she's on Western soil. Gone. Over. Like, and they're like, well, what about this reason? I'm like, no, the real McCoys, the fresh ones in their own country are the ones to go for, because they are amazing. Like, just wow. And of course, with my real McCoy, my Japanese woman I had before, when we were in America together, we would only speak in Japanese. She didn't want to do anything with the Yanks. She didn't care. She was like, I'm Japanese. That's it. That's the way she was. And we go back home to Tokyo. She's like, okay, yeah, that's it. I'm done. So that's the way it was. I mean, that was the Japanese, how they acted. Again, love them. They're wonderful people.
Agreed. Amazing. Oof. I miss that place every day. All right, brothers, call in, man. Call in. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. You got any questions for me? Let me know right now. If you can't call in, hit your questions in the PayPal or super chat donation. So let me what else do I need to add here that brothers need to know?
I got another question.
Of course.
Yeah. Did you come across a lot of is a subculture? I know that they have a strong hip hop subculture in Japan, but did you come across those type of girls who are they kind of try to assimilate to hip hop culture? And when I say hip hop culture, I'm not talking about black people, but I'm talking about our lowest condition. I'm talking about the tattoos, how they dress, how they behave. I've come across this. That's why I'm just asking you to see if you came across that out in the night or seeing it in the middle of the day. Have you seen Japanese women like that?
They couldn't do the tattoos like that because the culture would frown upon it. They could do some Japanese tattoos, but not really. Nah, because tattoos is the Yakuza. So you're not doing that. Braids, dreads, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that kind of stuff is there. But if they have a day job, they look like Japanese girls, and then they go home and transform to black girls, and then they go out and they go out to the hip hop culture. But it would be like innocent hip hop culture from the 90s. That's what it's more like. Yeah.
Yes. So
yeah.
Go on, bro.
They'll be like Genki. They'll be doing this stuff, right? And you're like, you're so cute. I wish the girls were like you back home. Yeah.
Okay, maybe Korea is a little too far ahead because I got the other thing over here, just right outside the base. I'm talking about NBA YoungBoy, Black Panther tattoo across the neck, gang affiliated tattoos, like they know nothing about what's going on in LA. So I mean, it's really crazy, and they're talking to me from the that when a woman talks to you out the side of her neck, you know how that looks. I absolutely cannot stand it. But these women think it's a norm to be dysfunctional, especially if you're dealing with a black man. So that's how they speak to me, and there's a bunch of dysfunction. So I was one of those,
So-
no, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
So for me, yes, I did come across these hip hop type chicks, baggy sweatpants, crop tops, good looking, but I have no interest in them, bro. I don't want a black chick in a Japanese body. You know, I don't want that kind of attitude in my life. You know, so any chick that there's so many Japanese women out there in Japan that you don't have to deal with chicks that like hip hop too much, that want to be black, that have dreads. You know, you don't have to deal with that. I'm looking for a particular type of chick, straight black hair, ties her hair, sundresses, looks normal. Okay, doesn't care that I'm a foreigner, but I just happen to be a foreigner, but she's checking for me. And there's plenty of that in Japan. But there is a lot of these hip hop chicks. You'll find them in Roppongi and Shibuya predominantly, particularly in Shibuya, right?
Yeah. You didn't know the record store to go to. There's this one record store that sells a lot of vinyl hip hop in Shibuya. It's too bad I didn't know you were doing that. I would have given you the address to tell you where to go. But there's this one area that there's a lot of that culture around. And then the college students, the girls who usually do this are all university students, because you can't do that when you're actually working professionally so much. It's not so easy. Well, what they do is they'll go out, like, you know, the buildings have the glass facade, right? So it's actually kind of like a good mirror. They'll go out there and they'll do hip hop dances all night long. And they get really good at like professional competitions. And then sometimes they're on television. It's really cool. So those girls transform right into like normal, what we call OL, office ladies. They transform into that when they're 23, 24 years old.
Amazing. Shout out to Mr. Intellect for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Latinas are my favorite women of all. But as far as Asians, I've got a soft spot for Filipinas because they're the Latinas of Asia. But Japanese women look great. Okay. Thank you, bro, for that breakdown.
So my thing is, you need to go to Japan and actually see them in their element. And when you see them, you will see what we're talking about. They are very enticing, addictive. So when I saw them in the beginning, that was it. It was game over.
Why do you think this stream is called I Fell in Love 1,000 Times in Japan? Yeah. I really mean that, brothers. Literally, every time I walk past a Japanese chick, I look back. I literally fell in love 1,000 times. There are so many beautiful women out there in Japan. You're just thinking, this is just too much options.
Yeah.
Like, they're walking past you on the train, in the subway, in the store. They dress great. They even smell good. Oh my goodness, smells so good. Oh Lord.
I want to say one thing to you guys. When I was in Japan, I remember sometimes I would actually come across like a Western Playboy with snow bunnies in there, and I would think, that's the best you women can do? Like, this is your best of women? Really? No, like, these women here are better than you women. We got it. And I would start laughing, and they would say like the guys the passport bros who go over to Asia, they can't get the women in the West, and I would just laugh. I'd be like, we have done a total upgrade. Like, I would never date you. Like, I have such perfect women here. Why would I even consider, like, you're alone. Like, nobody dates you. Nobody wants to be with you. You're gonna die alone. Like, why are you even talking? These women are superior. It's like, oh my goodness. So I would always laugh at that because my wife, was in America, you know, sometimes I'd be with other people and their wives. I'd be like, my wife rocks compared to these other wives. I hit the lottery. I really did a good job. So
yeah, and physically, they're not. Don't think about the stereotype. I have to tell a lot of brothers that. Don't physically. These women, yes, they're petite but very sturdy. They have more of a tone, more muscular frame. Some of them can be very, thin, still toned.
Mhm.
Legs for days. They look wonderful, and they have a good diet, good workout regimen. So, I mean, what are you complaining about?
Mm.
So,
That's why I said.
yeah.
I always said that to my Japanese wife all the time too. I was like, I'm really surprised with you. Yeah, that's sturdy. That's a good word. They're very sturdy. Yeah, they can do a lot. Strong women.
I
They go
broke
around.
you in, bro.
Yeah, they say that they're weak and everything, and I say like, no, what you Western woman, you're weak compared to these women. They're stronger than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think you're so much better? No, these women, like if you're actually going toe to toe with them, they'll win. These Asian women will win.
Facts. Oh man, literally near perfection. These chicks, I'm telling you, near perfection. Never seen anything like it.
Let me ask Pooh a question. Pooh, in all of your experience, did you ever hear a woman talking about what she deserved?
Never.
I deserve this. Right.
It was more of
Never.
a position of being, and it changed my perspective of what a husband or a wife was. It's a position of service. It's more like, hey, what can I do for you?
Yeah.
Let me do my part, and it
Yeah.
made and it gave me an environment where I wanted to do my part the best I could. Definitely.
Correct. Yes. So the duty back and forth really ricochets off each other. It gets the couple closer, and you really have a good time with that. I never heard the verb to deserve from any Japanese woman's mouth ever. Never. And nor South Korean. Never heard it. When I came back to the West, I heard this deserve stuff. I was like, who are you? What are you talking about? Did you work for it? I was totally confused. I didn't know what they're talking about. You drop like a woman who says, I deserve this and that, you put them in Asia, yeah, she's going to get what she deserves. Isolation and sadness and no dates and being, ostracized from society. Yeah, that's what she gets. That's what she deserves.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worst case, a black eye. I've seen that too. It's just not going to work out for them at all. I love that. I love that in a marriage. Like that's how I view a perfect marriage where it's 100 across the board. I'm doing my part. You're doing yours. We're not keeping receipts here. We're doing our jobs. And because it's hard enough already with the outside world. And, we're coming from two different cultures. You got to make it work from the inside.
Yes, entirely correct. The Japanese are entirely the same. And it's a wonderful situation. That's why I loved it. I felt so great in that situation. In the West, you're talking about doing receipts all the time, do this, and it's usually one side trying to force the other to do more. And I'm just like, man, this is not good. You guys are all narcissists. What's up with you? Like, really? Man, this power dynamic. That's why the West is dying. It's just gonna go. It's gonna disappear. Well, it will disappear. Corporations will still be there, but it's just good. It's just bad. So
we have a doubter. 808 Bear. They may not say I deserve yet. If you do not give them what they want, you are sidelined quickly. And Asian men do not want the women Western men are available to.
Hold on. So they may not say I deserve yet, but if you don't give them what they want, they're sidelined. What they want is actually very small compared to what a Western woman wants. So she would like to have a bowl of noodles with you.
Yeah.
And you to choose the noodles and then to sit there and talk with her. That's what she wants.
As simple as that.
You will never, like even Tokyo, you'll rarely have like $100 meal in Tokyo. No. I mean, it can happen, but it's rare.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear like, I want Prada bag, I want a car, nothing like that. She wants you.
A lot of my dates, just a nice bowl of ramen at an izakaya midnight in Tokyo. But you can't beat it. Good conversation, good company. It's all they want.
You know, ignore 808 Bear. If he keeps trolling, I'm gonna block him. So 808 Bear, there's a warning towards you. You keep trolling, I'm going to block you. So stop it. Right, this is a warning. Stop it. So don't be surprised, brothers. Right, if you come across a very rich Japanese chick, you have to bear in mind that Japan is the third biggest economy in the entire world. And I met a few Japanese chicks that told me I went to private school. I come from a wealthy family. Okay. So, yes, it's out there. Okay.
Mhm.
There's a lot of wealthy chicks in Japan, particularly in the Tokyo region. If you get one, all the best to you. They're also checking, but bear in mind that you have to have your ish together. You gotta be a professional. You gotta have a plan.
Mhm.
Because you're probably dealing with royalty, not royalty, but from a good family, businesses, a lot of yen is out there in Japan. Japan has the most millionaires in the entire world, and most of them are in Tokyo. So what does that tell you, brothers? What does that tell you? There is a lot of wealth in Tokyo, Japan. But aside from that, right, most people in Japan live average lives, an average salary. There is no, like what's it called? Like you have in America or in the UK,
Lower class,
where
lower class slums, anything
lower
like that.
class slums are really very, very wealthy people. You
No
have wealthy
welfare.
people, but it's mostly middle class average lives.
Mhm.
You get by what you have, and you should be appreciative that you earn money.
So yeah, so you don't have welfare. That's one of the big things. So if you, for example, if you're a woman who has given birth outside of wedlock, they of course looking for the family to help support that, and then they're looking to get you into the workforce so that you could be next to men who will marry you. That's their policy. They don't have like you don't get freebies in Tokyo or in Japan. You have to work for it. The way they do their social policy is basically rich people and poor people, like actually rich people and middle class, live together. And so you don't really know who's rich and poor. And you might be in a class or you might be on a train. They take the same trains like New York. They look exactly the same. So you might be dating someone who is actually really rich and you have no idea. You know what's because this is what's going on. That Japanese woman is facing the same problem as other Japanese women with the possibility of not having children and not getting married.
Hmm.
So she knows that. So if she's talking to you, she's also evaluating you for marriage, as she would with any man, and she'll know real quickly that she has more money than you. But if she likes you, she'll never use the money like that. You barely know. Although you'll see some of her stuff, you're like, yeah, you've got some nice clothing, or you've got like a nice this or that. But it's not like out in the open. She's not talking about it, and she's just very normal. And she might like the same ramen restaurant that you like. It's like 1,000 yen bowl of ramen, and she's eating it the same way with you. That's the way the Japanese culture works.
Yeah.
And they don't like lord it over each other that they have money. So yeah, they kiss the same way.
and also bear in mind that a lot of Japanese chicks in Japan, brothers, work normal average jobs. Office worker, they'll work in a ramen shop. That's their full-time job. They'll work in a sneaker store, and that is their living. So more than likely, you're going to meet a chick that is doing an average job, right? Don't expect to meet lawyers, doctors. There is obviously out there, right? But the most likelihood you're going to meet an average chick living an average life.
Yes.
And I don't care if she ain't a lawyer or a doctor or a surgeon. I don't give a damn how much she makes. Are you feminine? Are you submissive? Are you coachable? Will you let me lead you and guide you? That's all I want from you. So don't expect to meet high value, professional chicks in Japan. It's there, but more likelihood you're going to meet an average chick. Would you agree with that, Pooh, Phil?
Yeah, if you want a traditional woman, meet her traditionally. put your big boy pants on, and step it up a little bit. Change your ways. Get out your mindset.
Mhm.
I met women from everywhere. I didn't care that Izakaya. I didn't care if she was cutting up chicken cutlets and cheese and curry. I didn't care where she worked. I mean, it's just a pleasure just to talk to them, make them smile, make them laugh. It made me feel better about myself. Kind of put my doubts to the side and just stepped it up. But it's all going to be on you. But yes, I see the comments. Yes, they are definitely checking.
Yeah.
It's all going to be up to you. They're not gonna walk you down. Not the one you want. Not the one you want. So you're definitely going to have to put your big boy pants on, be educated, be they're big on respect. So be polite, be respectful, please, on behalf of all of us, and show your intelligence and your values. And I mean, represent, man. I mean, what do you have to lose at this point?
Nothing.
Facts.
Yeah, that's really well stated. Just be like a respectable person. And the thing people were asking like about black men, yes, they're checking for engineers, they're checking for nerds, programmers, people who work in IT, because those guys are stable. People who work for corporations, they like it because they have a stable cash flow. They are not checking for thugs. They are actually normal women. If you're like, I'm a gangster, they're like, get out of here. They don't want to be with no Yakuza. No, they want to be with a normal man who's going to make normal children with them. That's what they want. Very normal life. That's about it. I mean, their values are superb. You go to the West, you're like, you guys, man, what's wrong with you people? Man, what's wrong? Really? You look at the women in the West, you're like, man, we gotta send you back to the factory. Get, we need to get, where's the warranty on this? It's broken. This model is gone. Got a new one. Something's wrong. Can I get this woman remade at a Japanese factory, please? Yeah. Something wrong.
Yeah, you guys have no idea how like the wonderful women, the dope women, I guess you could say, that they're missing out on. It's depressing in the West. It's a sad thing because a lot of these brothers will never know what it's like to be treated well. No, it's not 100% this wonderful. It's not like you're going to I hate to bring it up to Thailand, Pattaya, Thailand. It's not going to be like that, bro. It's going to require you to actually be better, not fake it either. Actually be something. No Pookie business over here. It only take it from me, okay? Take it from me. It'll only take you so far. There comes a point where you got to take your Timberland boots off, put on some real shoes, pull your pants up, put on a nice shirt, and act right. Take the do-rag off, man. Just take it off, and just have some act right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Let me read the super chat. Shout out to Mr. D and 3001. Thank you, bro. What's up, brother? For the $2 super chat. Peace to the bros here in Manila now. Stay up, awesome, bro. Hope you have a great time in Manila, Philippines. When you come back, please let me know how it's going, how it went. That'd be great, bro. Appreciate you, DN3. Awesome, man. Awesome. Fantastic, man. This has been a great live stream so far. So we're gonna go for another 20 minutes and we're gonna end the live stream at the 3-hour mark. I think 3 hours is perfect for this Japanese chapter. So make sure you go into my other channel, International Passport Clips. I will be dropping more Japanese vlog and content on there that will solely be a travel channel on my of my travel. So go and subscribe to International Passport Clips. Make sure you also go and follow my new Facebook page. I'll be posting videos on there so I can go onto Facebook and get the message out to brothers. We're taking over. Passport Bros is taking over. I just heard that J. Cole and Bass, two rappers, are gonna be releasing a song called Passport Bros. J. Cole. This is what I'm talking about, brothers. I don't know if you heard about that, brothers, but yeah, J. Cole, one of the biggest rappers in the entire world, hip hop, is releasing a song called Passport Bros. So we're taking over, brothers. But obviously, it's going to bring in Pookie and Ray Rays. So we need to make sure we move in a professional manner and let the world know that Passport Bros is all about IT, being professional, wives, and long term girlfriends and relationships. Awesome. So, brothers, call in, call in, call in. And now's your time. You got 20 minutes to do so. Awesome live stream, Theo and Pooh. Thank you very much for your insights.
Yeah, they're absolutely wonderful. You really, I can't say enough good words about them. They really are great, and they're not pushovers. These women are not poor. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the chat. A lot of the way that you guys are talking reflects trauma from dating Western women, and the way you're thinking about your age, style, swag, game, anything like that. That's all worthless values in most of Asia, in particular in Japan. It has no value. What's going to be big in Japan is your integrity, your ability to be masculine, your ability to keep your word, how solid you are as a man, and your ability to follow through, like what IP said, your ability to follow through on your promise. If you do that, great. You're going to go far. And if you're a nerd, they love you. They just love you. They're just like, they're all over it. They see you studying a lot and you're trying to do better at your job. They're going to be like, hey, yeah, I'm available at 7 tonight. Yeah. Oh, you don't have time to take me out because you're studying? She's like you even more. And she's like, well, when can you take me out? Like, when is this going to be possible? And she's not going to, she's not going to be that difficult for you, to be honest. Oh yeah, one thing. A lot of times they do arrive a bit late to the date. So
Agreed.
if it's like at 7, about 7:20, they're going to get there.
Japanese women, I always thought they'd come in early. No.
Fashionably late. Yeah. I've had a few dates like that. Awesome dates though, really awesome dates. But I had a few late rides on the back of a girl's scooter a few times down in Okinawa. So, but they're awesome still. But yeah, I was so nervous. I was the early one. I was ready to go. Yeah. Hey, where are you at? Where are you at? I'm not getting an answer. She was riding on her little motor scooter to pick me up.
Yeah.
Show me around town. It was awesome, bro.
Yeah. I told my late wife, who I was dating her, I was like, you're keeping me, like, we would be at the station, the Ekimai, which is in front of the station, right? Mm-hmm. And like, you're having me wait 20 minutes, and there's like wave after wave of gorgeous women coming down. And she's like, I don't care. I know you're there only for me. I'm like, okay, you're confident. I was thinking pornographically about all these other women. like, maybe you shouldn't do that, honey. Maybe you should be on time. Especially because it's kind of hot and sweaty, and I'm seeing these hot, gorgeous women walk by. So, that was something I do remember. Don't take her out to the same place every time. Do something different. Yes. And then also the thing that I found, this is something that like kind of drove me crazy, particularly if I was really tired. But they do want not only for you to take her to a restaurant, but for you to do all the ordering, and do all the appetizer and do all of it. Like just bring it all out to her, and then also ask her what she wants, and she'll tell you what she wants, and then you have to do the ordering, and that's all in Japanese.
Yes,
and yeah.
I agree.
It could be kind of a tough thing. It'd be kind of nervous. Also, again, if I'd be tired, I'd be like, can you just do it, please? Because I don't want to speak in Japanese now. I want to rest. And she's like, no, you do it. Like, okay, fine, I'll do it all. So, yeah. And then also in the taxi, you have to hail the taxi down, and then you have to give the to the taxi driver, it's all you. The woman just sits there. She's going to expect you to do all of it.
Traditional.
Mhm.
Be traditional. Another very important thing. Don't make future plans for future dates during the first date. Don't do that because they don't know their schedule and they feel obligated to agree, and they don't feel comfortable with that, and they hate feeling uncomfortable. So leave them time, let it marinate, and ask them again when the date is, when it's already done, like the next day, or they give you a hint or something like that. But don't go off making plans. It freaks them out, makes them uncomfortable, and that lessens their chances of success.
Reinforce what you had during the date, make her laugh, and then when you text her later, they'll text back and forth. There's no this Western stuff of waiting for a while and making the other person wait. Just text back and forth with each other real quick.
Yeah.
And make little jokes and stuff, and just talk about the date and just keep the conversation going. She'll love it. And just keep on going. And then if you want to ask for the next date, the next like say you want to do it on Friday or something like that, she might say to you, "Hey, let's do it on Thursday instead." Right? So she wants it to be a little earlier. That's kind of a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
If she's busy, she's busy, and that's okay. That's normal for Tokyo.
Just a little game for you guys.
Arigato. Thank you, Pooh. So I got a new caller, Cosmic XD. You're confirmed, brother. Do you want to turn your camera off? Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Intellect for the $5 super chat. LOL, first my experience that was with a Salvadorian. Had to order everything. She acted like she couldn't speak when the waitress came to the table. It be like that, bro. It be like that. Thank you, brother, for the support. So Mr. Cosmic, how you doing, bro?
Doing good, man. How's everyone going on the panel today?
Good.
Great, bro.
Perfect. Honestly, it's an honor to be here with the OF legend, Pooh, another legend. We're missing Tony Berry, but still,
I know, right?
100%. But yeah, I got two questions here, and I'm gonna, leave. But so I heard you guys talking about Korean Japanese women. What about Thai Japanese women though? We're gonna find that.
Oh, does that even exist?
Yeah, I've seen that.
I met Thai Japanese women. They were hot in Tokyo. Yeah, they're hot in West Tokyo. I met them. Yeah, see, you're poison. So in Japan, I knew that my poison was Thai, so I stayed away from them because I know I go crazy. And same thing with Koreans, I stayed away because I already had my loss with them. So Korean, Japanese, and Koreans, I stayed away because I'd go after them immediately. Same thing for Thai. I stayed with Japanese women. If I were there right now, Thai Japanese woman, I immediately. Korean Japanese, I just go straight for it. No problems. I don't care. Boom. What are you gonna do? I'll try to date you immediately. So basically, in West Tokyo, they're there. They're definitely gonna be there. In North, if you go to the North Tokyo, I forgot the stations, but in what's that place called? Dasai, Saitama. In Saitama, there definitely going to be some Thai, Japanese women up there, but not huge numbers. There's also a Thai community in Chiba, so you might find some of them out there. That's more of East Tokyo. No, yeah, East Tokyo. Right.
Can you tell us more about these Thai Japanese women, brother? I think we're going to ask you, bro. Are they checking for brothers, and are they feminist, submissive, etc., etc.? Tell us about them, brother. Are they checking?
It's just walk up to them. They're not going to do anything. They'll definitely be open. They're not. They have no reason to deny you. So, there's some issues with. Well, I'm not going to say that, but within Japan, they have different issues. But if you're an American or Westerner, and you're going to tower over them, you're just so strong. You're tall, and you just start talking with them. They're going to be totally playful. You're in. It's done deal. They're gonna date you in seconds. Not even gonna be a problem. Just don't be a pookie. You're fine. If you're a pookie, they know how to identify a pookie. They won't allow that to happen. Outside of that, man, they're gonna be super giggly with you.
Thai, South Korean, Itaewon.
Oh.
Thai, South Korean, and Itaewon. The first thing I noticed was their smile. It was just one of those. a good smile is very rare. You can have a beautiful woman, she can have an ugly smile. Too much gum, the tooth ratio, it can be, things could just go wrong. This woman had a beautiful smile with dimples, lit up the room. I mean, got everybody's attention. I was a Pookie at the time. I was thugging, so yeah. Well, I guess you guys can figure out how that went. So
Yeah.
I blew it, bro. But definitely. Also Siberian and Korean, also interesting woman, very tall.
Oh,
Yeah, bro. Blew it.
yeah.
I was a Pookie, so it is what it is. I had a lot of I did my growing up in Asia. It was my last few years of sowing my wild Pookie oats. I did that, and then I refined myself, pulled it together, figured out what life really is, what I want to do, and the man I want to be. But yeah, as far as trying to identify a woman, hey, I want this type of woman, I want this mixture. Don't do that. Treat it like, hey, what flavors today? That looks good to me. It's Asian.
I like that. That's a really good attitude. That's entirely correct. You're kind of just seeing what the bakeries are making that day. You kind of go with the flow. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty. Now I want to go back. You're really making this hard for me. Oh, why am I here in America? I don't know.
You gotta go back.
I'm here in Dongtan, bro. I'm here in Dongtan, so not too far from Samsung.
Like in Lost, like season 4, season 5, he says like, we got to go back. You got to find the island and try to figure out how to crash again. That's how I feel about Japan. I'm like, yeah, I got to go back. I got to figure out I don't know how to get there again. I have to get there. Anyway, you're making my life hard again. Oh my God.
Man.
Someone has an awesome comment here. I need to get used to it. This Filipina I'm talking to always wanted me to lead and say and she would say, it's up to you. That is a key line in Japan I had to get used to. What that is, according to American women, they also say that's a woman being docile and weak. That was not it. She was allowing me to lead, and I did not realize that at the time. And it was on me being, Mr. Softy, not realizing she's putting me in position to take the lead, checking if I got the stones to be a man or not. And I often failed at that. She's so, she can't make up her own mind. Oh, she has her mind made up. She wants to see how I operate. So there's my stinking American thinking again, and also Western women gassing me up and to make me think that these women are weak and docile, and they're pretending with me. It's not the truth. That's the Matrix again. And
yeah,
I missed out on some good things.
I want to comment on that. Anyone who's listening to this, I want you to understand this. These women, particularly in Japan, South Korea, they are well protected. They are in a community. They are not isolated. You cannot abuse them. You cannot treat them badly unless for some reason, they're allowing it. They are protected. You are the one that can be knocked out in a second as a foreigner, and they all know it. So you are the one who don't have the rights. They do. They're totally protected. So you're not in a position to exert power over her. That's not going to happen. So if she says exactly right, it's up to you. You want to do something like this. She wants to know like what you're thinking. She wants to know what's going on. She's also interested in what you do. So I would have that with my wife as well. Sometimes it'd be like, I don't know what you want because you know this area more than I do. I just came here. I don't really know what you want. And I would try to want to learn from her, but she's like, no, you choose. And so I had to go figure it out. Like, where do we go? Because I didn't have it. So we got kind of bounced back and forth between each other. And then we get a little bit better of understanding where we wanted to go. After like a year, 2 years, I knew what she wanted. I knew she didn't have to ask. I was like, yeah, today you want Chinese. I know. We're going there. I know what you want. No, today you have a sophisticated taste. You want Italian and you want like a raw egg put into it. Okay, I know where to go. There's a few restaurants. Let's go. Right. Yeah. So you get used to each other after time.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. What's your other question, Cosmic?
Yeah. So I got another question. Oh, by the way, can I
Yeah.
show you the type of 'cause back on like the Thai Japanese thing? Can I show you the type of Thai Japanese girls I'm like checking for? Like,
Of course,
can
share
I
your
post?
screen, bro.
No, I don't want to share my screen. I'll just share like a link to like an Instagram post, so that way you can
Put it
see what I'm seeing.
Of
put it
course.
to the put it to the private
Yeah,
chat.
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
post it.
yeah. I put it right there. So that's like, how can like she says she's Thai in her in her
What
bio.
the,
Yeah, yeah, bro.
what
Yeah,
the
man.
hell?
Ooh.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
That's
Wait a second.
Is that real? Is it,
yeah.
Is that AI, bro?
that's AI,
No,
bro.
no, 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 no. I promise you, it's not. I promise you, it's not. It's
Let me share
not.
my screen. Hold on.
It's
Oh,
not.
hold on.
It's
It's a bit
not. It's
explicit.
not.
Nah, she's got a
Yeah,
BB down.
yeah.
Nah,
That's why I had to post it
nah.
here. But let me get to my my
no.
main
Well,
second question.
okay. Hold on. Let me comment on this one.
Yeah.
That's a bit anime-ish.
Mhm.
So if you're gonna meet like a Thai Japanese woman, for one thing, her hair is gonna be very strong black, incredibly strong, and then her skin color is gonna be a bit darker,
Yeah.
and she's going to be a little bit bigger in certain areas. She's not gonna be she's not gonna sturdy, yes, but she's gonna have some more curves to her.
Yeah.
So what that kind of stuff, that's like a super exaggeration. That's not really the way they are.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
No.
thinking too. You
Yeah.
know, I'm like, man, like I can't tell nowadays. But let me get to my my main second question. So I am like in my 20s, right? I'm not gonna say exactly where I'm at, but early 20s. I want to learn Japanese. What is the fastest way for me to get to a certain level where I can speak with them, but not be too fluent, where it's like I lose that charm of, oh, this guy's trying to learn Japanese, stuff like that. Oh, he's doing it for me, type stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to do. So what's the fastest way to get to that point?
No, that's you just had Western thinking in there.
Oh,
You want them to think that you're cute studying Japanese. You want that. That's to your benefit. So when they see you're working and that you're trying to learn it in order to have like a Japanese wife, they respect you more.
Hmm.
They reward that. What the way you're thinking there is like a partially Western way.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
if the easiest way of doing it, just go get your Japanese books. Go again, buy your books. Join IP's group because I listed a lot of books on there. Go read books, do anime, like watch videos, immerse yourself, learn the kanji, get the kanji books. But you really do have to have a multi-pronged attack towards the language because kanji is important. So you have to have it just the way it is.
100%. Yeah. I was planning to get like a teacher or something like that. I was like hoping maybe that can get me to that level. Because again, the level I want is like not too good, but good enough, to where it's like I can still give off that like allure of being like, oh, this guy's trying to learn Japanese for like a Japanese wife.
I wouldn't even play that game,
That's
bro.
what I want.
Go for mastery, bro. Mastery is excellence.
Mhm.
Be
All
excellent.
right.
Be excellent. Yeah. They
You know,
have
you're
your
true.
respect. And then
Yeah.
also they'll if you speak like a child in these countries, then you'll be treated like one.
Yeah, oh man. You don't
Okay,
gotta
if
tell
you
me twice.
do not speak like it, it's very important, very nuanced, especially like Korean language where people I screw this up, my past tense and present tense and future tense. I messed that up. Do you want to be respected, man? So be excellent at what you do. You will be talked to like a child. You do not want that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're gonna tell me twice. Thank you. Oh man.
Yeah. So your ultimate goal should be to pass level 1 of the Japanese language proficiency test, which
Yeah,
I've done. So it's very hard to do. It will take you some years of work to do it. Like it took me 3 years, 4 years to do it. So you really do have to put the time in. But after that, they respect you even more because you did it. And I put a link in there in the private chat. That's more or less how I would think, like what I saw in Tokyo. That's more like Thai Japanese.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So you're that's darker. The only thing with her is that her hair is obviously permed.
Yeah,
Like
the
they
thing
don't have light brown. That's not going to happen with them. It's
yeah,
dark.
the thing with that one though is like if they're like that complexion, I'm just going for like a Brazilian chick or something like that, to be quite honest. But yeah, 100%. I get that though. I was thinking that too. I was like, is she really, like I don't know. Like you said the exaggerated stuff. I definitely agree with
Yeah,
that. But yeah, I'm a
yeah.
like I'm gonna
So
definitely do that stuff with the Japanese thing as well. Like
look,
100%.
a Thai Japanese woman would be a mean cook. You would eat so well, you can't even imagine. Thai Korean woman, just for her cooking skills, I'm getting a ring. That's it. Just the culinary. I'd go crazy over culinary.
You know what? That's true. That's true. That's true.
Just like you do Thai and Korean food. What size are you taking? We're taking you to the ring store right now. Put the ring
100%.
on. We're done. Marry me.
How many carrots you want?
Yeah, she don't care. She'd be like, okay, this is what you really want. All right, fine. No, she won't be like that, but she would be impressed. But I mean, I think she would be charmed that you were so impressed with her cooking skills. That would she just because every Korean girl and Japanese girl who cooked for me, and I was like going crazy over their food, they would just sit there and grin silently. Like they were really happy about it. So, yeah, you'll
Yeah.
love it.
Hey, listen, I guess Korean Japanese, that mix. Oh, 'cause I did some research after I heard that. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, you'll
100%.
find Zenichi. I think what do they call him? Zenichi Korean, something like that.
Some
Born in Japan. I think they have a community there.
It's a kind of it's somewhat taboo.
Yeah,
The Japanese government is kind of going after this stuff because there's been discrimination. So there's this thing that they should be treated as Japanese, but then the Koreans are like, hey, we're Korean. But then some of us are like, we've been here for so long. They've almost been there like for 100 years. So they're like, we're Japanese. So it kind of goes back and forth, but it's something you kind of just like let it go.
There's some
So you're
political
like,
things there, though.
yeah. So how do they approach you? So if she's talking to you in Korean or she's bringing her Korean out, then okay, then you've got a half Korean. Then you kind of go with that to see how she talks.
100%. But yeah, thank you so much, man. Like I'll take this intel, to heart, do what I have to do with it, learn some Japanese. I'm thinking because like again, I'm in my early 20s, so I'm planning to like go before my mid 20s, and I'll have enough time for that too. Go over there when I'm about to my mid 20s, date like a chick who's like 20, 21, something like that. Call it a day. Get married, call it a day. I got some big plans. Nah, I need Japanese to do that too. Yeah,
Hold
100%.
on. No. Okay, so how old are you?
I specifically right now, I'm like 21. I'm 21 myself.
Oh wow.
So I
Yeah.
started my plan to go to Japan when I was 21 years old. Yeah.
Oh
So,
man.
but I wasn't like I didn't know that much Japanese. I knew Korean and Mandarin, but I didn't know that much Japanese. So I started my plan to go to Japan when I was at the Sorbonne in France. So I got a book, I started studying, and then when I came back from the Sorbonne, in 2 years, I did 4 years with a Japanese study. And then I was gone. So you have to make this a mega priority to
100%.
do everything. But I must understand, when I got on the airplane, it was a one-way ticket. I did not. I wasn't coming back. That's it.
So I plan to do it. Yeah. I
Yeah.
plan to do it like that too. I plan to be down there for like a year, 2 years, something like that. Learn the culture. I'm not gonna talk about how much I love the culture. You hear that stuff all the time, but I really do like it. I resonate with a lot of stuff that they do over there. But yeah, 100%.
You won't want to come back.
I know. I
I'm just
know.
gonna say it won't be like a year or 2 year thing. No, that's it. Especially if you know the language, you'll start talking to women. My thing is, I would say is, date around, and then when you start getting into your 30s, date someone who's 21 and then consider
Mm.
her for marriage.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
the way I
yeah.
would do it. Yeah.
Me
There is no
personally,
tomorrow,
yeah.
man. There's no tomorrow. Remember that. Seize it all right now.
100%, man.
It's coming
But
from a
yeah,
40-year-old.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I mean, maybe I'm being an idiot by wanting to get married younger, but you know, yeah, man, 100%. I'm going to use this information. I gotta get out there. More
All the
motivation
women,
as well. 100%.
sorry, bro. All the women I dealt with in Japan, they were much younger than me. Ain't no way I'm dating a chick my age or older.
Mm,
It's
No.
not happening. 25 or below is what I aim for in Japan, and I was very successful in that age range. Age gap don't matter, man. I'm telling you, brothers. If you're in your 30s, there's no reason why you should not be dealing with a 21-year-old chick, 22, 23. I
mm.
advise you to go for a young woman.
Mm. You
Yeah,
totally can. I'm 50 years old. If I went back to Japan, I would only date 25 to 29 max. It would be simple. I know where to go. I know where to act. I know the expressions. I know my attack vectors. It would be simple. Dude, I'd make sure all my clothes are on point, and then I have my business cards. That's it. I would just be normal, just out there
Oh,
and feel it. Done.
yeah. I remember that thing you said about the business cards, giving the girls business cards in like a
Mhm.
previous live stream. That's a genius move, and I'm going to use that too, 100%. Thank you for that one.
It's not.
Thank you for reminding me.
It's actually a big requirement. A lot of girls will ask for the meishi. That's a business card. It's a meishi. They'll say, "Oh, meishi kudasai." That they'll ask for it. So you have to have something. If you don't have it, like my first rejections in Japan were because I didn't have a meishi.
Etiquette.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had to learn it. I had to go. I remember going to Kinko's and having my personal cards made. Cause the company I worked for didn't have any meishi. They didn't have it, so I had to make my own. Just the way it is. Yeah, make sure you have something. You're gonna like if you get there when you're 24. That's when I did. That's a great time. Go study it. Go put some time in. Go
Hmm.
100%. Go do IT. Join our courses. Get out there because you could be 24, 25 years old with a decent level of Japanese, working for a company for like $60,000 to $70,000 a year, and you're maybe you're in like a dormitory, which is easy in the beginning because you need to get your footing, but you would be dating amazing women, and you would just learn what you need to do more and more over the years, and then you would date women you didn't even think were possible to date.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I know that. I know that.
And I'm not against the brother getting married in his early 20s. You know, I don't think getting married at 21 is crazy. I would say you
Not
meet a
at
woman
21.
I would say you meet a woman at 21, right?
Hmm.
Then you're with her for 2 to 3 years, get married at 24.
Yeah, like
I don't. Yeah, I mean, for you to know you're gonna be your wifey, you need to be with her for several years, know her
yeah,
good side and bad side, date her frequently. Then by 24, 25, you should be ready. Okay, I want to wife her up or not. The earlier you
yeah.
get married, the better. Don't leave it
Like
for too long. I'm telling you, it's not gonna the dating scene will get worse over time. Find your chick, vet her for a couple years, wife her up.
yeah, I mean, I got a plan. I don't plan to get married at 21 years old. That's no way. You know, I'm thinking like I start the process now, 21 years old. Later down the line, I'm like 25, 24, something like that. I'll start looking for the girl. I found the girl, 27, 26, doing it. That's it. It's game over, and I'm ready. You know,
Yeah,
that's my plan right there.
yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
don't wait
no, bro.
don't wait until you're 26. Get the job. Well, maybe date her. Don't.
Yeah,
You,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
want to get to Japan, at your position right now, no later than 25.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm thinking.
you can do it. You just have to put some dedicated work into it. Do you have a university degree? Are you a university student? Anything like that?
No, I decided not to go to college. I'm doing something completely different with YouTube and everything like that. I've been getting into IT as well.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh,
100%.
that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I know.
Um, Do you
know.
have are you a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm in. I live in Florida.
Okay, so Japan immigration rules are very specific for UK and American citizens. The only way you can get a work visa is if you have a university degree, a 4-year university degree, and it has to be verified by somebody in the United States government or a state government. So try what you can, but it's Japan will be hard. Canada, New Zealand, and Australia have a work holiday so that you can go. You can actually work a year and a half in that other country, vice versa. The Japanese can come over, and then those citizens can come over to Japan with only a high school degree, and that's okay. But they want the U.S. and the U.K. to not flood them with a lot of foreigners, like what they consider to be uneducated foreigners. So, yeah, that is a limitation.
I get it. I mean, I get it 100%. I respect that. Japan for me is like high up there. The barrier to entry is high. I wouldn't have it any other way. You don't want the Pookies and the Ray-Rays going there. Like, no way. So I'll do I'll do what needs to be done, 100%. But yeah, 100%. Thank you for telling me that. Like, I gotta start thinking. 100%.
Yeah, not the easiest place to get to, but when you're in there, you're in. It's good.
Oh.
I mean, it's a wonderful market. So let's see what's possible. You could do possibly like working IT or working for an American company, and then you do a transfer, and they'll allow you to come in that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of. Well, I would say that they don't have any places in Japan. They do in other places like India, Canada, stuff like that. But yeah, 100%, I get that too.
Okay, awesome, bro. Are those your questions, Cosmic? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm about to go. Thank you guys so much for the support, everything like that. And answering the questions, 100%.
Thank you, Cosmic. Appreciate you, brother. So I'm gonna end the stream now. We're at 3 hours, over 3 hours. It's a long time, so I'm super tired. Can someone do me a favor and put timestamps for this live stream? Put one in the chat if you're gonna put timestamps for me. That'd be greatly appreciated. Do a timestamp for each question, each topic. If you can please do so, that'd be greatly appreciated. So let me go on to Pooh. Pooh, do you have any closing statements?
As usual, it's just about get out there, quit being scared, get out of your Western way of thinking and your traumas, and leave that behind. Get out and educate yourself, better yourself, and join me in Asia, because I'm having a good time. I'm never going back. I promise you that. It's over. So I'm gone. It's a wrap. So I'm kicking back right now. I'm safe. My kids are safe. My money's good. The weather's great. I get to enjoy the scenery, the mountains. Everything's good. I can't complain. The stress of being a brother in the West is gone. It's behind me. It was a nightmare, but it's over. So join me. You're welcome. I'm waiting to hear from you, but we're just gonna need more. We need more brothers to get their life together, get their mind right, get over their trauma. Come over here. So that's all I got.
Thank you, bro. Much appreciated, Pooh, and welcome back, bro. I'll speak to you later this weekend just so we can plan the Patreon stuff and live streams.
Yes.
You, awesome. Mr. Theo Wife, do you have any closing statements?
Yeah, sure. Just commenting more on the 4-year university. I'm seeing people talk about that. When I was in Japan, it was really funny. You would see these English and Americans going around trying to get forged university degrees so they can get a working visa for Japan. That was actually a thing that was going on. I was well aware of it. I knew guys who were successful at doing that. It's a little bit more difficult now because of the verification process within your country. The Japanese government doesn't just accept anything. But that's definitely a thing. So yes, you do need to have a 4-year degree in order to get a working visa, or you need to marry a citizen. Great stream. You did a great job, knocked it out again. I'm glad you talked about your experience, IP. I'm glad you went over there. I think you did a really great job, hella good thing to do and experience it firsthand. You really can't understand what we're saying unless you go there, because it sounds like we're talking crap. We're talking some sort of crazy language if you're used to Keisha. And I'm like, no, it's not like that at all. And you got this and that going on. Even we're talking about Korean Japanese, right? Just like you saw it, so now we can like relate and talk to each other about it. Because if you're not there, like I can't really talk about it, right? It's just like, oh, that sounds like science fiction, right? But if you're there, you're like, oh yeah, that's the way it was. So I encourage you, brothers, to keep on listening to IP. Do our courses, get a way of getting to Asia and get to Japan. Make a decision, do it. But put in the work. But when you get the reward, and you're in Japan or you're in Korea or another country, you are going to look back and say that was one of the best decisions you ever made. And you will be so happy, and you'll recognize why we make these streams for you. We're not capping. We're talking to you about the truth. You want to cap? Be in the West. West is the cap. All right? That's where you're in. You're in the Matrix right now. So get out, and you'll be a passport bro, and you'll see what real life really is. I'll see you Monday. It's good stream. And I got a Azure test tomorrow, so got to keep on studying. I really enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you later, IP.
Thank you, bro. You got an exam or just some preparation for the real exam?
I got an exam, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
Another one. Let's see how maybe I'll pass it. I don't know. Kind of. It's at 9 a.m. in the morning. I'll probably be groggy. So I don't have an excuse compared to what you're doing. Like, that's 9 a.m. You got plenty of time to sleep, Theo. Just suck it up. So yeah, I probably will just suck it up and just go over there and ace it. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, and peace out.
Peace out, Theo. Adios. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
Theo, the legend. All right, brothers. Great live stream, man. Great live stream. I want to say a huge thank you to all those who hit the super chats tonight. That's been greatly appreciated. And the PayPal. Thank you to all those who called in. Cozy ET. Is it Cozy ET? Cozy ET, Pooh, and Theo. And Mike Lawrence, thanks for your contributions. Much appreciated, brothers. So that was my experience in Japan. Once again, if you want to get into IT, book your consultation in the description box below. If you want more about Japan, more intel that I can't speak on this live stream, book your travel consultation below in the calendar description box. Join the Patreon to hear about explicit, naughty rated intel on Japanese women. And of course, cop the merch and support, man. Support is greatly appreciated. You gotta support what I do. So before I end the stream, man, feel free to send in some more donations, and of course, let me know where everyone is listening in from. So what city, what country, and if you want to come on the channel and share your experience about traveling for the brothers, send me a DM on Instagram, man, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and follow my new Facebook page, and request to get into my Facebook group to be a part of the international passport community. And yeah, I'm leading you brothers in the right path, the right direction. We're going to keep pushing. The world is going to be our oyster. So let me know, brothers. Let me know. Fantastic. Let me check the PayPal. If I miss anyone's donation, give me 1 second. Oh, classic live stream. Yeah, 3 hours, man. I'm super tired. Super tired. Oh, fucking hell, fam. Okay. Okay, awesome, man. All right, brothers. Have a great weekend ahead, a great Sunday, and I'll see you, brothers, on the next live stream. Peace out, brothers. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. And I'll be dropping a reaction video or a normal video today, on Sunday, or tomorrow, wherever you are. Please make sure you watch that video. You like the video, you share around. Please support. Peace out, brothers. Thank you very much.